Hair grow long like Chia. Money go long like Nia. I am the big idea. HBIC like Mia. It's the TPA podcast. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to.
Never showed you that song now.
It's the music video came out yesterday. Doja Cat is the fucking goat. I'm sorry. It's too good. I've been listening to it like 3 or 4 times with the video. It's just I kind of feel bad for Rico Nasty because I've kind of skipped her verses sometimes because of how good Doja is. Like I'm sorry.
They're both good,
They're
okay?
both good, but Doja is Doja. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a come down. But yeah. We are live. The Jarvarus said he'd be getting in here eventually. So hopefully we'll get to that pretty soon. See if anyone's in chat. We got one person watching.
I'll pull up the chat, by the way.
Wait, what?
I'll pull up the chat for later, just in case anyone comes in.
Okay. I am playing the video for me right now, so that's odd. But yeah, so hey, say what's up.
Hello, you bitches.
It is I, Cliff, and your flavor of the month, Asia. I had to.
We'll get to that son of a bitch later.
In fact, since we're alone, do you want to just get to it now?
Fine. Okay, so
This is you because I showed this to you, and this is kind of us.
well, let me go pull up the actual comments that you showed me. I'm just Kofi Kingston is the flavor of the month, apparently.
Apparently. No, he got this over not because of 11 years of busting his ass, not because he nearly got his major push in 2010, but got it ruined because of Randy Orton. Not any of that shit.
You left a comment saying, "Lol." Ashton said Kofi was the most over, and referring to the Elimination Chamber match. That's hilarious. And then Ashton replied with, "My argument is that Bryan had to be insanely over as a heel in order for Kofi to get the kind of reaction he got. You could have put basically any mid card babyface in that slot, and Bryan would have gotten
any mid card babyface."
Any mid card. So basically, Ty Dillinger,
Braun Strowman. Let's see, what do we got here? I mean, we could go on the list. I mean, Dolph Ziggler is a babyface, and he's a mid carder. Dolph Ziggler.
And then he says Mustafa Ali was supposed to be in that spot, and if he would have gotten the same treatment as Kofi with the Gauntlet performance and Chamber performance, he probably would have gotten the same exact reaction and match treatment.
Exact. You know, because the people were reacting the exact same way with Mustafa just getting there and just establishing a name for himself as Kofi was being there for 10 years, fucking got screwed over by Randy Orton. People know his history. People feel for him. People know that he deserves more. And he gets this one shot, and everyone gets so fucking excited. Not because he's a flavor of the month, not because of any of this shit. Hello, Brandon, you're the best. And but apparently he's a flavor of the month, and like he's just another guy that people are gonna latch on to, like Daniel Bryan in 2012, right? Everyone said in 2012.
I'm only 3 minutes late. I'm making good time.
It's cool. Jarvarus is coming in later, but I figured we'd talk about Ashton's dumbass comments since it was just me and Asia at one point, so we'll get that out of the way.
Talking about Kofi, I take it.
Look, Ashton, I try not to get on you, Ashton, but this one, I'm sorry.
This is about Kofi, right?
The Kofi video that me, Cliff, have done like a couple of days ago. You need to go watch that video.
Well, I was part of it.
Yeah, you were part of it. He was part of it, Asia.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Look, okay.
Yeah, Brandon, go watch back. You might have missed it.
If you have not watched that video,
I exist.
Reasons why Kofi is the like everyone realize that it's now or never with Kofi Kingston possibly being WWE champion.
If Mustafa would have lost the chamber, I guarantee you he would have gotten another shot. At the very most in a year.
He would have.
He has so much time. He's young. He's
okay, so well, the thing is, we know how Vince feels about black talent. How does he feel about talent that has a Muslim heritage?
I don't think we have Muhammad Hassan.
We have not had a pure black WWE champion. Never. I mean, you could claim The Rock, but even The Rock doesn't claim himself as fully black.
Brandon, your answer is Muhammad Hassan, by the way. But yeah, we haven't had a fully black WWE champion. We had a fully black World Heavyweight champion in Mark Henry.
And even if you want to technically say Mustafa doesn't really count because he's from Chicago, but that's it.
But he still has Muslim heritage. It's not like Muhammad Hassan was from Detroit, Michigan, and they just slapped a Muslim thing on him.
True. Okay, so back to Kofi.
That's Kofi.
Argument that Brian. I like Brian. Okay,
He's great. He's an amazing heel. He's probably the best heel in the company.
But you cannot tell me Brian was the reason. If you try and use that argument with Brian, then Brian should have been the reason that AJ Styles got over.
And here's another. Oh yeah, and here's another thing. Brian is sure as hell not the reason that Kofi got a huge pop when he pinned Randy Orton.
He's not the reason Kofi got a pop earlier pre-show, and Mark Henry mentioned his name for who he wanted to win.
And they chanted Kofi. Yeah, they chanted Kofi before he even said his name.
Brian,
I'm gonna give white people fucking credit for black people succeeding, and I'm sick of that fucking shit. I like
Brian,
but no, just fucking no. Everyone realizes this is now or never with fucking Kofi Kingston being on the top and finally getting the just due that he fucking deserves.
Brian is an excellent heel, but
that at Money in the Bank, where everyone was like, he's got to fucking win. When it was Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler, Kofi, Dean Ambrose, and he was climbing the fucking ladder, and then he got a pop. You gonna say, oh, that was Seth Rollins because he was the heel and he was over? You gonna say that?
Here's the thing: all heels are over, but at the end of the day, if the babyface is really good and they're really good in the role, they're gonna get over. It doesn't matter who the babyface is.
And let's be real, if the babyface isn't good, then no matter how good the heel is, like the people will probably see through it. It takes two. Or if it's against a really good heel, you're not gonna get a reaction no matter what because they hate the babyface. Case in point, Roman Reigns.
And yes, I get the whole Mustafa argument, but he would have not gotten over as he did, like Kofi did. He wouldn't have.
Because let's be real, Brock Lesnar, as much as we hate him, he is a perfect heel. Everyone hates him.
Brock is an excellent heel.
But when Roman Reigns faced him at WrestleMania 34, we got no reaction.
So when Becky was getting her push after SummerSlam, was everyone writing her off as flavor of the fucking month?
There were some. No. There were some.
There were, because I think they saw that as Becky will get a little bit of a mini push and it'll be that. They probably didn't think it would be as big as it was.
You know what I think ruined the whole thing? You know what I think people call the flavor of the month thing a thing? Because of Fandango in 2013.
Okay.
I think that's where it started. I think Fandango in 2013 getting so over and flaming out like he did. Now people are waiting for that shit to happen again for basically everyone else.
The hypocrisy. Y'all want WWE to take chances with people that's not the chosen ones, like the Charlottes and the Romans and all these so-called
soon to be Becky Lynch, by the way.
They do. The minute they finally got to push Kofi Kingston or Becky Lynch or any of our favorites, y'all want to immediately wipe them off and just say they flavor the fucking month. I don't understand that bullshit. I don't understand that bullshit ass hypocrisy that Ashton's trying to pull. When they finally got to put their eggs into our favorites, y'all want to immediately that is fucking dumb.
Here's the thing about the flavor of the month argument, and this is something I think that leads credit to it, is I think the flavor of the month idea is that, like, people think, like, oh, people are going to be high on this wrestler for a little bit, but it'll eventually stop, and I think that's what people think about Kofi.
That's another thing. Flavor of the month, you can't really say, like, it's going to be that until it's happened. Like, You can never tell. I'm sorry.
Kofi Mania was trending Tuesday on SmackDown, and they even acknowledged it on TV. He got a lot of chants. Come fucking on.
Like, I mean, here's the thing. As much as I like Eric Guggenhagen, if you would call him a flavor of the month, I can't say you're wrong yet, because
Of course,
we've had gimmicks like that. Yeah, we've had gimmicks like that where they get over for a little while and they flame. With Kofi Kingston, he's been no. Let me finish. With Kofi Kingston, he's been over.
So wait, a white man is calling a black person flavor of the month on Black History.
Kind of like whatever's going to come up, goes up, is going to come down.
Wait, what's up? What's going on? Oh, okay, I was gonna say. Anyways,
white man is calling a black talent flavor of the month on Black History Month.
And I will give Ashton this. He did say Big E should be like the main event guy, but
okay, I get that fucking argument. I get the Big E thing, but don't say that Kofi Kingston does not have anything and what it takes to be world champion. Oh, he's small. Okay, Daniel Bryan is fucking small, but he's WWE champion. Eddie Guerrero.
Who's to say that Big E isn't going to get his shot? Who's to say that Big E is never going to get his shine? Look, Big E, like, as much as I love him, like, he's perfectly good in this tag team division.
So
like,
you have to do the only one black person can succeed fucking argument here that Kofi's not good enough, but somehow Big E is. They're both good enough to be world champion. And I want
Xavier Woods is good enough, dude.
And all three of them good enough to be champions. All three of them good enough to be
real. All three of them are good enough, but let's be real. The one that deserves it right now the most is the one that's put in the most fucking work and has busted his ass for 10 goddamn years to basically make this a thing in the first place. And that's Kofi Kingston.
Ashton is just fucking fickle, and that's all it comes down to. But yeah, he want to go jerked off to Lars fucking Sullivan. Get the fuck out of here.
He's done. Lars is done.
He's not even going to be here because he's going to be released soon enough. Let's spill that tea.
Well, speaking of tea being spilled, we got to talk about the other releases.
Y'all just don't want to see a black person succeed. It's just that admirable. But yet he wanted Bianca Belair to have her fucking title shot on TV, NXT TV, instead of a fucking takeover.
I was almost gonna troll Ashton and ask if Kofi Kingston is WrestleMania worthy.
Basically implying that she is not takeover worthy.
Is Kofi Kingston WrestleMania worthy?
Is Io Shirai takeover worthy, seeing that she botched at the tapings?
I mean, we know the two ponies aren't.
Woo! Y'all not ready for that Io slander. Y'all not ready for the Io.
No, I'm not, because I love Io Shirai, so no.
Ooh, y'all not ready for it. When it happens, it's gonna happen.
I'm just gonna stay silent then. It's fine.
But yeah, don't come for a black talent that actually knows what the fuck. Like, come the fuck on. Flavor of the month, but yet you yourself, Ashton, don't have no fucking flavor. Do you even know what flavor is?
I will say, if Io does win the title before Bianca, I will be kind of pissed. I'll give you that. I will be pissed about that. It's Bianca's time, man. I kind of wanted it to be a one-on-one rematch, but I'm almost expecting Shayna to not eat the pin because on the same weekend, get this. We know Ronda Rousey isn't eating the pin at WrestleMania. We know Charlotte's doing that. So Ronda's protected on her way out because she's a fucking, she can't take a loss because she's insecure and she's a fucking bitch. But however, I see the same thing happening with Shayna Baszler because we're having the same triple threat on TakeOver on that WrestleMania weekend.
It's not triple threat; it's fatal 4-way.
Wait, but Kyrie wasn't in the match though.
No, she got attacked though. She came out, tried to help Bianca and Io, and tried to fend off Shayna, but Shayna still choked her out.
Oh, so wait, they confirmed? Because again, Kyrie was not part of that number one contenders match. So why? Okay, so do you want to get do you want to just get into the NXT tapings right now? So we're talking about.
Well, let me go put actual tapings then. Yes.
Okay, yeah, because we kind of had this thing where we're like, yeah, I guess we're just gonna talk about NXT tapings. So spoiler alerts: if you guys don't want to hear NXT tapings, might want to take a little bit of time off.
You're gonna talk about him anyway because I'm sorry, just go suck a dick.
That too, that's cool too. And Bill Carter even said with the Ashton thing that does seem a little bit racist.
It doesn't seem it is since he want to comment on black hair issues and then like try to denounce it out of fucking saying, and then he wanted to make a statement. So
okay, I'm back, guys.
Okay.
My grandma doesn't care. My grandma doesn't care if I talk to you guys. What's up?
Oh, cool. Yeah. Are you guys in a car or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're looking for a Dairy Queen.
Oh shit. So this will also be Brandon's quest to look for a Dairy Queen. So but yeah. So he can have his.
We're doing the thing.
So he can have his Jim Cornette moment. Well, you ordered the damn shit. But yeah. Anyways. So yeah. Did you pull up the tapings?
Yes. So the first thing was War Raiders beat this Java team.
Of course,
okay,
because
the announcement that they had on WWE.com was the return of the Dusty Tag Team Classic.
Yay!
You had Mia Yim versus Shayna Baszler was announced for next week.
Mia Yim has a new theme, and it's fucking awesome.
Shayna, wait, what was it? Sharon Corbin?
Well, you said Sharon Corbin.
No, that's what she called.
Oh yeah, that's what she called it. Oh my god, you're right, Sharon Corbin.
Oh god. And then
that's my girl. That's my girl.
Then Io versus Bianca Belair for #1 contendership.
From everything that I've seen, was a fucking stellar match.
So, Asia, you're getting it. You're getting the match. We're getting Io Bianca. Yes, please.
Hell to the fucking yes.
Like I was real into this match because I was like, they could just close the curtain on Bianca and on Io Shayna, and I'm gonna just like not watch that match because I'm just not here for it. I'm not here for Io Shayna. They showed Velveteen Dream beating Johnny Gargano for the North American title. Gargano came out without the North American title, and then he said,
"Guys, we found the Dairy Queen. It exists."
Yay! Woo! He did it.
Okay, he said not only has he showed the universe what NXT is all about as a member of the Raw and SmackDown roster. The last few weeks, he has one of the most difficult matches, and when he had the first challenge as champion, he failed, and then the crowd started chanting, of course, Johnny failed. Ciampa comes out.
Look. The length does not mean as much as how you use it. And Johnny Gargano used this length as North American champion to become the greatest North American champion of all time. He is not Johnny Failure. He is a match of the year fucking machine. He is wonderful. Johnny Wrestling, and he made his main roster debut this week, and he killed it.
Well, if you hear what Ciampa said, then it's basically what I say.
You will not hurt him.
He says that Gargano is at his best when together they went on Raw and SmackDown last week when Gargano was on his own and he refused Ciampa's help. That's why he lost.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, but I mean, he's finding himself, okay? And look, he did it. He beat Ricochet on his own, fair and square, no Ciampa. That's because he's Johnny Wrestling and he's the best in the world.
Which the whole thing about Johnny is, I think, the big thing that makes him stand out is the fact of he's really good at whether he's a bad guy, whether he's a heel or a face. He's really good at making himself seem sympathetic.
Yeah, even as a heel. I mean, it's basically a tweener here because his match with Velveteen Dream, like with the fucking show we got on Wednesday, Johnny Wrestling is still over as fuck as a babyface. All the signs over there for him, it was, it was 50-50 crowd for Johnny and Velveteen, and they all loved Johnny, and Johnny loved them.
And the thing is, Johnny does the Bo, and the thing is, as a heel, Johnny actually stepped up by doing the Bo Dallas thing. But unlike Bo Dallas, he acknowledged the fans that were still into him.
Yeah, that's the thing. As a heel, he'll acknowledge the fans that they're still into him. But here's the thing: now all the fans are back into him, so he's basically turned back to being a babyface. but he's heelish, and it's kind of weird.
You
But
can't really boo Johnny. It's
you can't. I can't boo Johnny. Like, he's too good.
It's the 2013 Daniel Bryan situation where it's like he was heel for a bit, but you couldn't boo him.
Oh God! Well, then imagine in like 5 or 6 years, Johnny turns heel and he's gonna be the biggest fucking asshole heel on earth.
Which he probably could. He 100% probably.
I mean, I loved him as a heel, as a cocky heel. Like, someone compared him to The Miz, but a better wrestler. He kind of has that vibe to him, where it's like I know I'm great, like I'm a big star and I know it.
Which I'm so mad that I never got to watch Johnny's Evolve stuff, because from what I've heard, his Evolve stuff is like legend status.
I haven't seen it either, but I've heard great things about it. I've seen his like AIW stuff. I've been getting into more of his indie stuff, but I gotta watch his like heel run and Evolve, because he's an amazing heel. He's an amazing heel. He's amazing. He's just amazing. Period.
Which I know, I know we don't really structure this. I know we don't really structure this stuff. I want to talk about. So I recently watched. Before Josh Burnett took it over, I recently watched Matt Riddle's Bloodsport. Great show. If you guys haven't seen it,
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
Seriously, it's like for $14 on Fight TV. I recommend watching it. It's not too long either. It's about an hour. It's like an hour and 14 minutes.
Okay, so it's not like a Ryzen show.
No,
no,
you don't get. Here's the thing about Ryzen. 6 hours of good mixed martial arts is good, but I mean it's still 6 hours.
It's 6 hours, and like, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Like, no matter how good, here's the thing: no matter how good the quality of something is, if it's too long, it's too long.
If we got a 6 hour takeover, by the 4th or 5th hour, we'd be exhausted and we'd be
done.
We'd be like,
nah. It's great.
Even if it's Takeover New Orleans, great. If it's 5 hours in, I'm gonna be like, okay, can we end the show
now? But yeah, seriously, Bloodsport. It's a Bloodsport, great event. If you're into like the old school like catch or submission grappling that like old school wrestling was known for, I highly recommend watching it.
But it's not kind of slow and boring like Shayna Baszler for Aisha.
Some of the matches, it's a weird hybrid thing going on. Okay, there were two people they had on the show that I thought didn't fit, but they actually did really well. Was Nick Gage and Masada, of all people.
Oh my God. Yeah, you told me that Masada's like legit as fuck.
Well, he technically is, like, because he has a background, I think I think it's in karate or something.
Right.
And he knows like old other styles of wrestling. It's just the fact that he doesn't do it.
Right. It's almost like finding out that, like, someday we're gonna find out that New Jack has like a brown belt.
Has a brown belt in like karate or something.
Sure. He just doesn't use it. He just uses knives.
But yeah, the whole thing was yeah, like the whole, because I remember the match. It was Masada and Martin Stone, aka Danny Burch.
Nice. There you go. Nice.
And Masada went over.
Of course he did.
Here's the whole thing. The rules for the Bloodsport events, the Matt Riddle's and Josh Burnett's, are it's knockout and submission only, like a mixed martial arts fight.
Right.
You can only win via knockout or submission. Because Masada isn't really well versed in submissions, he decided to essentially knock him out.
Yeah.
And he did. He straight up knocked him out.
By the way, Jarvarus, since you just got here, we just finished Brandon's quest on finding a Dairy Queen. I don't know.
Really enough, there's a Dairy Queen right down the road from my house.
Yeah. I haven't had it in so long. It's pretty good, but yeah, that was good ice cream from another store. But yeah, and we just talked about Ashton's Kofi being flavor of the month crap.
Oh yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid.
Fucking dumb.
My grandma wanted you to know the only reason she was looking for the Dairy Queen was because she didn't want to. She wanted to make sure she wasn't going nuts.
Oh, okay.
And she was.
Grandma, you're not going nuts. You're just fine.
Okay, so now can I get these tapes?
Oh yeah, let's go back to the NXT tapings. NXT tapings.
So the Ciampa was going to join him in a Dusty Rhodes Classic. This is where it all started for them, and the winner of the Dusty Rhodes Classic get a title shot at Takeover New York. This could be their moment. Gargano shakes Ciampa's hand. Be a tag team in the Dusty Rhodes Classic. Vanessa Bourne and Leah defeated Tainara Cunty and
Tainara taking L's.
Oh yeah, and during that match, Tainara, she missed the cue, and yeah, she busted her eye.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Karma is a bitch, in my opinion.
So now she's gonna be an even uglier crier, huh?
I mean, Tainara has always been ugly.
But now she has a bloody eye crying.
See what happens when you be a racist? You start karma back to bite you.
So instead of tears, it's gonna be blood dripping from her eyes.
That sounds like a really bad medical. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's a really bad medical condition. You should get that checked out if you're crying blood.
I thought you were gonna say if you're racist, like it's a bad medical condition.
Well, it's also either way, it's a bad medical condition.
That sounds like what happens whenever you overuse the Sharon gun. You just start crying out blood.
Jesus.
Dominic Dijakovic.
Oh yes, we got the match, guys. We got the fucking match.
I'm never calling him that. He will always be Dijak.
Dijak, baby. Dijak and Keith.
A double count out. Crowd is saying let them fight and restart the match. Crowd
of course.
Regal and hopes the match will get restarted. These guys aren't done, but the match will not be restarted.
Boo! Again, them on I gotta talk about this real quick because I knew the second Dijak was there, I'm just like, yes, we can get it now. And it took a while, and I knew once they started that feud, it was gonna fucking take off. And yeah, I mean their PWG match was probably the best PWG match of the entire year. And now this, and this is only the beginning. Rest assured, if they don't get a takeover match, that's a fucking travesty.
If anything, they're gonna be in a ladder match for the North American title. That's why.
Okay, that's cool, but they need their singles takeover match because NXT, they listen to their fans. I'll get to Triple H with the Dusty Rhodes Classic in a minute because I'm kind of questioning Hunter a little bit here. But
yeah, you say NXT listen to fans, but look what we got in the finals.
That's what I'm saying.
Did Triple H stick two probes in the corpse of Dusty Rhodes and try to reanimate him like Frankenstein? Is that what's going on? Because I mean,
oh no, it's much worse.
Sharon Corbin defeated Mia Yim.
Sharon Corbin, yes.
God damn it.
Classic brackets were the following: DIY versus Undisputed Era, Ricochet and Aleister Black versus Fabian Eichner, and who the hell is that? I do not know. Forgotten Sons versus.
You mean Marcel Bartel? Hey, were you talking about Marcel Bartel?
Oh, yes.
And Mustache Mountain versus the Street Profits.
Okay, well, another thing I gotta say, you were kind of cringing at that, Jarvarus. I will say though, Shayna versus Mia, it was competitive. From everything I've heard, it was a very competitive match.
It was.
They didn't.
But still, the waifu lost to Sharon Corbin.
I know it sucks. You know, that's.
Wait, did she lose because of the ponies?
If Bianca had to lose to Sharon Corbin, then Mia got to do the same.
Oh yeah, definitely. But did you hear if it was because of the ponies or if it was just clean?
But that's different. That's waifu though.
They tapped out to Shayna. That's all I know.
Right. So it's probably clean. Which Shayna never needed the ponies to begin with, but whatever.
They was out there. That's all I know. They was out there.
Oh, okay, so they probably did something.
Aleister Black and Ricochet defeated Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel.
As they should, because if you're gonna lose to Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner, you're done.
I would love to see those two push this great tag team though, because they are a great tag team.
I like them to. I like them fine. I like Marcel and Fabian fine, but
yeah, when you lose to especially when you're Ricochet and Aleister, that's bad.
Forgotten Sons defeated Oni Lorcan. This was the
Fuck
one that
off.
really.
Who?
This was the one that really pissed me off because
No,
I
no,
like
this
Oni.
isn't. No, this is one of the two that pissed me off.
Oh, definitely. This is definitely one of the two that pissed me off.
Hey,
Them winning a match pisses me off.
Hey, Asia. I just want you to know, my grandma really likes your accent. Just so you know, my grandma likes your accent.
Likes your accent.
Just accept it. Just accept the compliment.
Let's go
Okay.
with
Just accept
Wait,
it.
who is listening to us?
Brandon's
I'm
grandma.
here with my grandma. What do you?
Oh. Hi, Brandon's grandma. Welcome to your new favorite podcast.
Thank you for finding Dairy Queen.
Oh my! I dude. If I was near you, I would punch your face. I hope you know that.
What?
If I was near you, I would punch your face.
No, why? I'm happy she found Dairy Queen. So bad about that.
Thank you for like accent. Not really an accent. It's just I have a list.
You have it's an adorable list.
Thank you, Brandon's granny.
Well, Asia, let's just say this. Your list is better than Swagger's. Much better than Swagger's.
Swagger does have a really bad list.
Ask Brandon, ask your grandma if she would punch me in the face.
Would you punch my friend in the face?
Never.
Okay, she said never.
Exactly. Thank you.
Well, Cliff, you do have a punchable face.
She said never. I mean, I do, but still. Okay, anyway.
Okay, so what we? Okay, so NXT.
Yeah, he out to remind everyone that he is the North American champion, and he has another reminder. But before that, flip flop Riddle comes out.
Yes, with the flip flop flip.
Now, this is a feud. This is a feud I honestly cannot wait for.
It's gonna be so good.
Oh, you know, these two are going to kill it at a takeover.
Oh,
which, speaking of Matt Riddle, real quick, again, since Bloodsport originally was his idea, can I just say, I think people don't give enough credit to him as just a professional wrestling booker and like genius, because this was an event, like I said, Bloodsport was an event that he himself created.
Yeah, to anyone.
He was able to book a match with Suzuki on very short notice during Mania weekend. So hey, I give him all the props in the world.
Anyone wants to confuse Matt Riddle for being like a stone kind of like dumb person?
Riddle is a stoner, but that doesn't make him stupid.
He is genius.
Smoking weed don't make you stupid.
Stupid
makes you stupid.
I mean, his stoner face does look kind of. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about that match with Suzuki on that Mania weekend on that Bloodsport show. That was short notice. But the thing is, it was actually a better match because originally it was supposed to be Riddle and Low Key.
And of course, Low Key is a dick. So
yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. I'm not gonna jump to Matt Riddle. I can't do that.
I know. Either Kevin Steen or Samoa Joe talked about a story where Low Key refused the job to Cesaro.
Kevin Owens talked about how Low Key would not job to Cesaro, and then he got a voicemail from Low Key. Oh, this is Low Key. I can't do the job.
And clearly, Low Key no-showed the Bloodsport event.
Of course he did.
Again, the silver lining was we got a much better match between Riddle and Suzuki.
How is Suzuki your replacement for Low Key?
Well,
I always wanted to ask that.
Wait, do you mean like Suzuki? Wait, do you mean like Low Key would be a better option than Suzuki?
No, but
no. Why was I'm saying why was Low Key the first option?
Exactly, and then your second one's like Suzuki should have been number one.
Well, because I think Low Key also has that grappling knockout.
I mean, he does, but I think his fucking like reputation is not unknown anymore. Like it's very well known now. Like. Yeah. They shouldn't have been surprised.
Dude, he made Sonny look like a victim.
Yeah.
And we all know about Sonny.
Exactly.
Can we get back on track, hoes?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like 2.6. Matt Riddle wants to congratulate Velveteen Dream, but he wants to challenge Velveteen Dream for the title match. Velveteen is not Matt Riddle's bro, and the spotlight is only on the Dream. The lights go out, and there's a spotlight on the Dream. When the lights go
Beautiful.
on,
Dream, ever the egotist, but we love you.
We love you, Dream. Just marry.
I love Dream. I love Dream and all, but I am Riddle's bro. So
I am moist. I am voice. I am very moist.
I literally met Matt Riddle once while I was in California. So
I met Matt Riddle too. I got a picture with the bro. He's my bro.
And you somehow managed to look more awkward.
I looked more stoned. I looked more stoned than he did. It was a miracle, actually.
How do you look more stoned than that?
Because I'm.
Age, before we even divulge into this, let's just get back on topic because the fact that he looked more stoned than Matt Riddle just surprises me. And
yeah.
Mustache Mountain defeated the Street to advance, and at this point, it would be Mustache Mountain versus the Forgotten Sons in the
Moving on.
Colorado and Bobby Fish versus Gargano and Ciampa. They both
Splooge Fest
out to the DIY theme song.
Yes.
The feels.
And later they would. Oh, never mind.
DIY defeated Undisputed Era to advance. The War Raiders come out DIY from the stage.
See that right? Oh, go ahead.
Luke Menzies defeated Eric Bugenhagen. The crowd is
not happy.
God, see, they already out here trying to bury the new guy. They already trying to boo the guy, bury the guy who gets over.
So no, they like Bugenhagen.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like NXT is already trying. They're already trying to bury him. Like Triple H is like, look, kid, we're gonna bury you so Vince doesn't do it.
Is Eric Bugenhagen like some sort of indie wrestler that we don't know about, or is he a homegrown guy?
Homegrown from the looks of it.
He's homegrown. I know he had his YouTube channel have like kind of a following.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, Bugenhagen has a tremendous encore and takes throughout the majority of the arena. This one right here, I was just waiting for it. Sasha and Bayley.
Yes.
Aping.
We had let's say what we heard it was the biggest pop in Full Sail history.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna say NXT needs more of that. Like they need more main roster guys coming back.
Coming back like the NXT main roster guys, not like John Cena or anything, but Sasha Bayley.
Like when the Ascension did it, they got a pop and they got over with the NXT crowd.
What would happen if Aleister Black had like an open challenge and Finn fucking Balor came out?
But you can't outdo Sasha and Bayley. Period.
Exactly. If Becky Lynch right now came out in NXT, dude.
Oh, she'd be more over than she was in 2014.
As long as Charlotte doesn't come back, she might be the only one who gets booed.
Yeah, Charlotte will get booed. Yeah.
Let me get to Sasha and Bayley and what happened at the fucking Chamber. So originally, the women's Chamber match was supposed to main event, but last minute, Vince wanted to change his mind and have the men's Chamber main event.
Wow, it was supposed to be
my opinion that the women's Chamber should have main event the show. It should have been the women's Chamber. It should have closed out with Sasha and Bayley holding the titles.
But I agree. But Kofi's, you gotta agree. Kofi Bryant still killed it.
But Jarvarus is like, no, Jarvarus is like, no, we gotta leave the fans depressed.
Yeah, that does suck. Like,
come on.
And to play fairness to the decision, what's Jim Ross always saying? Your opener should always be as good as your closer, because you want to get the crowd high.
And you could have swapped them then.
And you could have.
Yeah, because honestly, this was a 2-match card because the rest of the card was garbage.
The only thing I remember from the rest of the card was Lacey Evans coming out for no reason.
Dude, the only thing I remember from the rest of that card was Ruby getting fucked over. Oh, and speaking of that, I watched the whole Chamber pay-per-view over. I'm sorry to interrupt, I just had to get this off my chest. I watched the whole pay-per-view over and I got to the Rudy Ronda match. Right before Ronda puts in the armbar, I hear her say flawless victory. And I just got so mad.
Oh, no. No. Okay, go on, Asia. I'm about to...
Yeah, I had to get that out.
No. Are you gonna learn how to not keep interrupting me, or just what?
No.
Oh no, you can go ahead. I just had to get that off my chest. I'm sorry, I had to just get that off my
Get your
chest.
piece out.
Yeah,
Get your piece out.
y'all do it one more time, and then I'm gonna just bitch y'all out because I'm on fucking period, and I just can't handle it.
I said I was sorry.
Sorry, my ass. Take the sorry shirt up.
You want me to bake you a cake?
I don't want shit from you. So Sasha says it's good to be home. You'll never forget where you came from, and their journey started in NXT. Bailey says the last time Sasha was in the NXT ring was the first ever women's Iron Women's match at NXT Takeover Respect. They want to share the belts with NXT, and that's the thing. Sasha Bailey will defend the belts, not just Raw, not just SmackDown, but even in NXT. So they said the ladies backstage, even Io and Kyrie, need to step up. Pat who are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Is introduced join the broadcast team. Adam
Oh, I know. I think I know what you're talking about. The guy who you know the guy who was on the pre-show panel doing the bro with Matt Riddle.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, the blonde.
Yeah, he's joined the commentary table. God, I hope he replaces Percy.
Yes.
Adam Cole defeats Punishment Martinez. Adam Cole says he's in the first NXT. He was the first NXT North American champion, and yet he has not got a one-on-one rematch for the title. I've been saying that. You should have gotten a rematch.
He's never gotten a shot at the world title either.
Cole calls Velveteen Dream the biggest moron of them all. He's the champion, but not for long. 2019 is the year of the Undisputed Era. Velveteen Dream's out, and he slaps Cole. They briefly brawl, and then Punishment attacks Cole, and Dream gives Cole a top rope elbow drop. Mustache Mountain defeats Forgotten Son.
Oh no. Sorry.
Shayna Baszler is out for commentary. Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair. Winner challenges Shayna for the NXT Takeover. At NXT Takeover New York. This was the match. I was like, y'all got one decision, one right decision, and you better include Bianca in that match.
And Asia, I don't mean to interrupt. I was just going to tell you they're calling this show Blacklist.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
My bad. I thought you didn't know the name of it. My fault.
So real quick about the Forgotten Son, can I just say I understand what they're going for, but it doesn't work.
I just don't care. Match goes to a double disqualification. Shayna attacks both of them. Kyrie runs in, but also gets choked out. Io is eventually able to make a comeback, but also gets choked out. So they making Shayna look like this is the thing. My problem wouldn't be so much with Shayna if you just get rid of the ponies, because Shayna just choked out all three of the potential contenders for her belt
on her own.
Yeah, because out of all the women, go ahead.
On her own, she didn't need the ponies.
It's like Broly teaming up with the Ginyu Force.
Here's the thing: out of the entire MMA 4 horsewomen, Shayna's the only credible one. Shayna doesn't need nobody. It's like she beat Ember on her own. She broke Dakota's arm on her own.
It's almost like NXT is trying to erase Shayna's past title reign where she was dominant by herself.
Well, I don't think it's that, because Marina and Justman are clearly there on NXT to learn from their friend, which is why they're obviously hanging out with Shayna.
Which is why Shayna is still there.
She needs to be teaching them better. But yeah, go on.
But I also I think
ain't nobody got time for all that fucking stupid bullshit. Clearly they're not learning because they're losing. They're 0-4 right now. So you can say that stupid bullshit, Brandon, for another bitch, because you ain't gonna feed me that bullshit.
I'm not trying to.
The anti Bianca Belair.
I just want to point out that.
Okay, what's up?
No, I was just going to say I just wanted to point out that I called it that it was going to be a fatal 4-way.
Oh, Oh, and also, I gave you guys my list of what was going to happen in 2019. One of those, like, it was before 2019 happened. One of those was Matt Riddle was going to become North American champion. Looks like that's happening. And,
I don't think he's winning on his first try though.
well, not in his first try, but it looks like he's, yeah, like.
I mean, what I really wanted for the EO and Bianca match was for the ponies to come out, and for some reason, Bianca just pins EO so that the whole timeline would just go. That was just my dream. But it's probably going to happen down.
Nah, sorry. Agent Triple H was like, look, we got to make Shayna look really strong.
No, Asia, don't worry. Don't worry. If Bianca pins Io, which I think she will, on NXT Blacklist,
I'm thinking she's pinning Shayna. I think she's pinning Shayna. Here's the ending scenario I think is gonna happen. Io's gonna hit the moonsault, and Bianca's gonna do the same thing to Io that she did in the Fatal 4-Way No More Contenders match. She's gonna toss Io out. She's probably gonna gorilla press Io over the top, and she's gonna land on Kyrie, hits the KOD on Shayna, and wins the title.
See, my thing with this Jarvarus, I think this is Shayna's like exit out of NXT, and then I also have to think, why even do the triple threat in the first place when you just do a one-on-one rematch? I think that's what it's there. I think they're literally doing what they're doing with Ronda at Mania. Shayna they're using fucking Io to not have Shayna eat the pin.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. Shayna ain't Ronda. She actually will take a loss.
Oh, I know she would, but I'm talking still about NXT's booking of her.
Either way, Bianca Belair is pinning another.
Yes. Either way, Bianca needs to win.
But I'm still saying Shayna's taking the eating the pin, because even though you can look strong, you still look strong and losing a match.
Oh so she can still look strong. It's just
that triple threat. That's confirmed, right? I just want to make sure that's confirmed.
It's not confirmed, but it's more likely it's a fatal 4-way.
Okay.
Because they're gonna add Kyrie, even though Kyrie.
Yeah, they're more. I'm thinking they're more likely going to announce that like in the next set of tapings.
You have to have Kyrie and Io both in this match, because number one, Io pinned Shayna. That's enough gripe for her to be in the match. Bianca,
and Kyrie kind of got screwed, and she never got.
It's true.
Bianca got screwed, so
that's what I'm saying.
They all got screwed.
So then you had Ricochet, Tampa, and Johnny Gargano in the semifinals. They came out in DIY music and
in the shirts too. Yes.
But unfortunately for Gargano.
No, Asia, you have to say it. Who ate the pin?
Okay, Ricochet and Aleister defeated Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, and Ciampa ate the pin.
So anyone saying, "Oh, where's the Tommy failure chance? Where's the Tommy failure chance?" See, it's not all Gargano.
He's still a failure.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's like 90 to 10%.
It's still 10%.
But at least Ciampa is NXT World Champion. How many NXT championships has Gargano won? 0. How many opportunities has he had for the NXT Championship? 5 or 6.
He's a North American champion, and he'll always go down as the greatest North American champion of all time.
And he lost it in about 2 weeks.
If you don't count tapings, if you count tapings dates, it's like 3 days.
Oh God. You know what's sad? No, I was just gonna say, you know what's sad? Christian had a longer reign with the World Heavyweight title than Gargano had with the North American title.
Oh, that's gross.
That's depressing.
That is sad.
That is so sad.
And I have a sneaking feeling that I'm afraid Vince is gonna see Gargano as another Christian. He even does the fucking like hand over the eyes thing.
No, I don't think so, because I'm thinking Triple H is the one doing the bookings for the NXT guys now.
Oh yeah,
because Triple H has had enough of the old man ruining his kids.
Yeah, I need to go get Nia Yim, because she is just killing Jessamine Duke right now.
Good. Oh
no, shit. I ain't doing nothing. Do a waifu, murder,
good for
kill a waifu.
You're doing amazing, sweetie. Keep it up.
Oh my God.
Keep it up, Nia. We love you.
This is a burial.
Your kicks couldn't hold you in MMA.
That's my waifu. That's my waifu right there. That's waifu right there.
Okay, I gotta read this whole thing. So Jessamine Duke said it's bad enough that Mia Yim digs up an old joke that wasn't even funny to begin with. but it shows what a massively insecure person she is attacking someone's looks. I'm going to enjoy watching Baszler break your teeth next week. You deserve... Shut the fuck up. Me? Insecure? Nah, fam. You're the one insecure about your arm drags and body slams. Get the hell out of here, thing two. Oh, shit.
Good lord.
With
And then
that
just
cat reference.
don't call me fam. And I don't need an arm drag or a body slam to kick your head off your shoulders. Keep
Head and
coming up
shoulders?
with funny.
Sorry.
Keep
Thank you.
coming up with funny names to call us to entertain the cretins you call fans. What the hell?
Don't use cretins. That's our word.
Because they aren't going to be entertained by the ass whooping Shayna Baszler has.
Did she even spell cretins right?
No, it's Cretans.
No, the word is cretins.
So no, she didn't.
So yeah, Jessica can't spell.
Damn.
Spell check is a thing, Jessamine.
Yeah, don't y'all have autocorrect on your phones or something? Lord have mercy.
Your kicks couldn't hold you in MMA, and your kicks won't hold you in wrestling. Maybe you should actually pay attention in training.
I mean,
Done.
Ooh, she ain't even wrong.
Done.
Arabic.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Fatality.
I mean, here's the thing: Mia's not trying to do MMA, so that's kind of a moot point.
Exactly.
So Ciampa and Candice help Gargano up to the stage. Ciampa tries to throw Gargano in the Tron, but Gargano was playing possum. He throws Ciampa into the Tron, beats the crap out of him, going for the belt, and that was the tapings.
Yeah.
Once again, Johnny showing just how much of a failure he is.
Even though he didn't eat the pin, it was Ciampa. And yes, Johnny beat the shit out of Ciampa with Candice at his side. Johnny wrestling come for that NXT title, baby, and he's not going.
And he's going to fail.
And I said,
again.
And he's not going to throw himself off the stage this time.
And he's still going to fail. Why? Because he's not Johnny Wrestling. He's Johnny Failure.
Dude, as long as he doesn't fail as hard as he did last time he faced Ciampa, because that was pathetic.
Yeah,
that was stupid. That was stupid.
That was
yeah, you can't really come back from that.
I can't even defend that. Like, Johnny's my boy, but man, I can't defend that.
I mean, there have been some dumb finishes in wrestling, but that one ranks up there.
Just a straight up harakiri. Just fucking.
I mean, there's that one. There's the finger poke of doom.
Well, at least they like what Hogan and Nash tried. They like what they intended. It worked. I don't know what Johnny was going for, but that didn't work. Because that's the thing. At least Hogan and Nash weren't trying. Johnny was trying.
So, Cliff. So I'm sure you probably don't really care about spoilers because it's going to take you a bit to watch the show.
Nah, I don't give a shit.
But here's the thing about Bloodsport. It's like I said, they had guys who didn't have really any submission grappling experience. Right. And Timothy Thatcher, my boy, longest reigning Evolve champion, my dude.
Right.
He lost to Nick Gage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shows you, I guess, like just you can't.
I was confused at first. I'm like, wait, why is this happening? Thatcher should have had that.
My boy, no.
But then I remembered, no, it's still professional wrestling, and
right.
But yeah, no, Nick Gage knocked out Timothy Thatcher, and I'm like, that's a weird thing.
Does the statement even say? Yeah.
Yeah.
So officially talk about Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Can I first just say fuck the Forgotten Sons?
Who?
Exactly. Elimination Chamber.
So we're gonna bring up the releases like on the last part of the show, aren't we?
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
on
3. I'm sorry, but I don't care. I really don't care. Besides today, I really don't care.
I just want to laugh at TJP because basically he got fired.
We need to have a segment on TJ Perkins. We gotta bury that boy.
TJ,
like from what you told me, AJ, that boy got fired.
I mean, here's the thing about TJ Perkins.
He sucks. The end.
What did you want or expect from him?
Nothing, and unemployment.
Let's talk about actual talent that was winning at the fucking pay-per-view. Dumb people, come on. Think of it. Let's get on track.
Okay.
Chamber.
The 2-match pay-per-view. Let's be real.
Let's get to the first match.
Where you going?
Let's get to that first match.
You want me to do what?
What? What's up?
What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So you want me to drive all the way down there and get you something to eat?
Oh, okay. So
why didn't you let me get you something while we was down there?
What is that going on?
So you want me to get out my bed, find my car keys, and drive all the way down to Meridian and get you something to eat?
I'm sure she does, dude.
When I could have got you something to eat when I was already down there about an hour ago.
She probably wasn't hungry then.
No, I'm not letting you borrow my car keys to use my car.
Okay, but anyways, let's talk about Chamber.
So,
Yeah,
we had the women's chamber, which had Carmella and Naomi, Mandy and Sonya, the Iconics, Nia and Tamina, Sasha and Bayley.
One team matters.
With everyone.
Hey, y'all, I'm gonna be back. My damn cousin wants me to go on a food run, even though I was there an hour ago and I already fucking. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay.
6 teams. I would say everyone performed greatly. Everyone, including the team I was on, like critical the most at all the teams were the Iconics, and they showed out tonight.
And Nia. Well, would you say Nia and Tamina too?
More of Nia, if anything. Tamina, she was just.
Yeah, Nia sold her ass off. I'll give her that.
Yes.
It's almost it wouldn't surprise me if some of the wrestlers know about this whole thing that we do. Like if the Iconics if the Iconics listen to us and they like,
we have 30 we average like 35 viewers. I don't think one of them are gonna be Peyton Royce or Billy Kay.
Now
I'm just saying, man, they improved. Clearly Asia said something.
I mean, they were smart, they looked credible,
They didn't do that much wrestling. They were mostly doing what they do best, and that's character work.
Yeah.
Like, which was what they need to stick with. They did have an awesome double pin.
Yes.
Where Billy Kay did a roll up, and then like Peyton like did like a roll over her, and did like it was a really cool. I can't even explain it. Like she hooked both legs while Billy like had the tights or something. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Although Peyton Royce did have one really shitty senton that almost beheaded Bayley.
But Sasha's so smart and so like she put her hands like below Peyton.
Okay, let me paint the picture. So Sasha and Bayley are sitting outside the ring, like facing the ring, and like in between them, inside the ring, Peyton Royce is gonna do like a fucking springboard, or like she has her hands on the rope. She's gonna do like a fucking like tope. So it's a weird position. So she fucking does it, and she like does this fucking somersault, and it looks so fucking bad. And the only thing, like, I think she was supposed to try to do a senton, but she ended up kicking Bayley square in the face. She didn't even get anything of Sasha. It was supposed to be a double team move. But thankfully, as you said, Sasha Banks was smart enough and had the wherewithal to get her hand in position to where it protected Bayley's face. Or no, her hand to covering up Peyton's boot, right?
Yes.
That's what it was. So that Bayley's face was protected, because Sasha knew that spot was just that wasn't happening. It wasn't going well. But other than that, the Iconics killed it. Riot Squad fucking killed it. Like Sasha and Bayley killed it. I mean, everyone did. It was great. Like And for the longest time, I was saying the Riot Squad were the MVPs in the match, and then fucking Sasha Banks at the end just decided to go full CSJ and just fucking, you know.
Shut up, ho. It's my time to praise my fucking faves.
Okay,
I told everyone that it should be Sasha and Bailey, and throughout their whole performance, you had the story of Sasha's arm. She wasn't healed. She got cleared, but she wasn't healed, and so she was taken out. They slammed a door on her arm earlier in the match. You had Bailey basically doing majority of the work, and then Sasha, she comes back in, but they keep taking her out. And then you have one point in which Andy and Sonya, well, Andy particularly, she's on like pod, top of the pods. Sasha, she's pods too. She's beating her up, and then Bailey flying up into reminiscent of what happened at last year's Chamber. Is Sasha going to do the same thing, or she's finally going to redeem herself? And she did, because she put the belts aside for the friendship this time. Last year she was focusing on the championship. This time it was about her friendship with Bailey. So it was the 1 year growth of Sasha Banks. So she helped Bailey up, and then Bailey, she was taken out by Sonya with the spear through the pot.
Yeah, I mean, you say all this, but let's not act like Sasha Banks didn't want those championships.
I mean, she did, but I'm just saying, like, again, storytelling, ho.
She did this. She did this for both Sasha. She did this for both of them. Like, we're gonna win this. We're gonna do this.
Last year, she put the title before Bailey, and she walked out without Bailey or the championship. This year, she put the friendship before Bailey at that moment, and she walked out with both the championships and Bailey.
Which I'm just gonna say, judging by the entire like story, I think Sasha has definitely improved as a face.
Yes, she has.
Definitely.
Everyone acts like Sasha can't work as a face, and she can definitely work as a face.
She couldn't for a bit there. She couldn't for a bit, but she definitely improved. Definitely improved.
So then you had Bailey. She was taken out by Sonya Deville via spear to the one of the pods. And so Sasha,
the Goldberg spot.
Yeah. So then Sasha checks on Bailey, and then it's basically storytelling of what happened with Sasha a few weeks ago. Sasha was taken out by Alicia Fox and Nikki Cross, and Bailey had to work throughout that whole match.
And her shoulder was kinesia taped up, whatever it's called, with the blue tape on the shoulder.
Had 2 weeks ago with that match, so Bailey had to work throughout that whole match and finally win to get into the chamber match. And then you had the week before in which Sasha again was taken out, and Bailey had to work that whole triple threat tag team match on her own. This time Bailey was taken out, so Sasha had to win the titles on her own.
And she did.
And what does Sasha do? She couldn't hook her arm because her arm fucked up. So she had to use her leg to make a triangle chokehold bank statement with her fucking leg. And Sonya taps out, and Sasha and Bailey are now the first ever women's tag team champions. And let me lay down some history for the Four Horsewomen fans. Charlotte is the first ever Raw or WWE Women's Champion. Becky Lynch is the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion. And now Sasha and Bailey are the first ever Women's Tag Team Champions. Four Horsewomen making history as the inaugural champions. Sasha and Bailey are triple crowned.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they're the first Triple Crown champions. If you count NXT championships, Raw Women's Championship, and Tag Championships.
Yes.
They're the only ones.
History.
Fuck yes.
Y'all don't know how much that Sasha and Bailey have spent trying to get these women's tag titles, and they finally got them. And now they can go across any brand and help make any team credible whenever they face such team, and have all these amazing matches. And now they can even help NXT and give NXT a second women's takeover match.
I was gonna. I was almost about to say Sasha and Bailey were the first Triple Crown champions, but if we count Charlotte, because NXT, Raw, and SmackDown.
I believe you need tag. I mean, now she needs tag team. That's all.
Okay. Oh yeah, because yeah, all right.
She needs tag team to be a Glam Slam, but she's already a Glam Slam. But now she needs tag team.
We're not counting the Divas title, right?
I mean, they don't count it with her, but they count it with Mickey James.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're not gonna count it with Charlotte. But yeah, so, there you go.
And Bailey. Everyone was trying to say Iconic should win.
Hell no.
In my opinion, and as long as if they build the Iconics correct, like they were the week before Chamber, and then at Chamber, if you continue that until you do Iconics and Sasha and Bailey at SummerSlam, if you continue on their way and they improve in the ring, then Iconics should beat Sasha and Bailey.
Let's be real with it when it comes to the first champions. Nobody, no matter what, should have had those titles before them, because who were the two that were fighting for this the most before anyone else was? For women's tag team championships, who for like the past, it feels like a year, have been fighting and clamoring and rallying for these championships to exist? It's been Sasha and Bailey the whole time.
Sasha and Bailey.
They've been fighting for this.
Both in kayfabe and in shoot.
In kayfabe and in shoot.
They put their singles career on hold to help women that weren't going to be in the main title picture to have something they can fight for. They were having all these pointless tag team matches between Riot Squad and Nia and Tamina and all these other teams. Because
Sasha, Bailey, and Natalya versus Riot Squad. How many times have we seen that?
Like, they've been having all these pointless matches when those matches could have mean something for the belts. Originally, the belts was supposed to debut at SummerSlam. Originally, but they wanted to change the design. I love the design, by the way.
It's one of the most beautiful belts in the business. It's the most beautiful if you count main roster. But if you count NXT UK, then maybe not.
Like,
it's there as far as like WWE belts.
If they
as far as like
belts on the Iconics, then those belts would not have any fucking credibility. Like, come on.
Sasha and Bailey have been fighting for this, not just for this, but for the whole women's division, women's revolution in general, since 2014, 2015. They have fucking earned this. Like, they've been out of the main event scene for so long. They're two of like some of the best wrestlers on the planet.
Two of the best women's wrestlers.
I mean, Sasha's number one.
Don't you dare discredit Miss Bailey.
I would not dare discredit her. I mean,
which I think people do. Like,
I mean, Bailey's incredible. Bailey has gotten Bailey's been improving even since like her prime in the ring. I think she's gotten so much better in the ring, being on the main roster. Like, she's constantly getting better. She is so good. So fucking good.
Absolutely.
Like,
Sasha and Bailey.
It's just that Sasha Banks is literally the GOAT.
So, that's Sasha and Bailey. Then we get to, so that was one new champion.
Well, then the rest, then you get to shit that doesn't matter. Okay, well, no, I will say the Miz and Maurice coming out, that did actually matter.
Yes, Maurice and the Miz are having a new child. Congrats.
The Miz still has it. He is pumping him out. Congrats, Miz.
And then we get to the tag title match. So we all know the story with the Usos and
Jimmy,
Naomi, Jimmy, all that stuff. And then we get to this match, and by surprise the Usos win the championship.
First of all, what a slap in the face to the skull crushing finale there, must I say?
What do you mean?
The Miz hits the skull crushing finale, 1, 2, and then the Uso just cradles him into a pin.
Well, that's on Miz because the Miz.
Yes, the Miz was being a fucking lazy asshole and decided to just lay there for the pin when he should have hooked the leg. He could have maybe won the match, but no, he was like, I got this because I'm the Miz and what the fuck? And then that's what happens, you know? But yeah, again, the Skull Crusher finale has been nerfed completely.
I mean, you do what you do. You do what you do.
And I'm just gonna say right now, Shane and The Miz are guilty pleasures for me now.
Well, they're in that so bad they're good territory.
And The Miz's dad is a legend. He needs to be on TV more.
I mean, I guess, but now the Usos are 6 times.
Fuck yes. And I mean, we're gonna get to the main event, but I mean, if you want to do the best kind of tag team match for WrestleMania, you have it set up. If you know what I mean.
What?
You guys are idiots. You don't know what I mean. Usos versus New Day.
Oh, okay, I guess. Okay, all right.
Yes. New Day with all the belts. New Day 3. New Day 5 time. New Day 5 time. But anyways, yeah.
Okay, and then you get to the third new champion of the night. The handicap match between Finn Balor versus Lio Rush, Bobby Lashley.
Poor Lio Rush.
Poor fucking Lio Rush.
Damn. Damn.
I'll be honest, I actually forgot this match happened.
I don't blame you. I mean, hey, new IC champion Finn Balor. I mean, I love it. Too sweet. Perfect. He's literally the perfect IC champion.
And watch him not be put on TV and watch me forget he exists.
Watch him be Raw's Asuka. Oh God, I hope not. I think they'll put him on TV.
Basically, the story was Finn could control Lio Rush in the ring, but when it came to Bobby, it was no chance. So there was one
which makes Finn look bad and makes Lio look horrible.
There was one point in the match, Lio, he tagged himself in.
Yeah.
Bobby was like, what the fuck? So then Finn takes them both out. Finn puts Lio back in the ring, hit coup de grace, pins Lio. Finn Balor's new IC champ.
Lio got no offense in?
He got some offense in.
He got more offense in than a certain someone on the show.
Yeah.
I will say this match was, I mean, it wasn't bad per se. It was just kind of there.
I mean, at that point, I just wasn't recovering because I was still talking about the women's chamber.
Yeah, and we were also kind of shocked that the Usos won the titles.
Yeah.
So it was kind of all there, like in one. Like we need some rest because we just saw the real main event, and then we saw, The Miz and Shane lose the titles. Which, by the way, we didn't mention it. The Miz was pissed at himself.
Yeah.
He was so upset. And this literally, Shane, all he said was like, dude, just go home. Just go home. Just rest a little bit. Just relax. We'll get through this, okay?
So, at this point, we get to the Raw Women's Championship match. This match. Bam.
Okay.
This wasn't even
so many things. The anger, the rage, the pent-up frustration.
Not just you, Ruby too.
Ruby, Jesus. Well, first we got to talk about Ronda. She came out and wore her best gear ever, which fits because it's not even her gear. It's Sonya Blade because she plays as fucking Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat 11, and my childhood is dead. It has died. It has died a painful death because of Ronda Rousey playing Sonya Blade in one of my favorite franchises in video game history. God damn it.
I get it. We have to make Ronda look really strong going into May. I fucking get it. But here's my thing.
Ruby came out with...
You didn't have to dispute. You didn't have to put Ruby in the spot.
Well, no, actually, first, we can't even talk about Ronda first because who came out before her?
Oh yeah, Charlotte.
Because let's be real, not only is Ruby the afterthought, not only does Ruby not matter, her match on this show with the Ronda Charlotte Becky storyline took up probably 10% of all the time that this got. Charlotte's promo was twice or 3 times as long as the match.
Well, let me give you the actual time. The actual time of the Ruby Ronda match was 1 minute 45 seconds.
Can we get the time on everything else? Because shit, the Becky thing went for probably 10 minutes. The Charlotte promo went for probably 5. So, like, less than 10% of the whole thing on this show involving Ronda Rousey had to do with her opponent, Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott was treated like shit on this night. Ruby Riott came out, and she knew it. You could tell Ruby knew. She knew the bullshit that was about to go down.
Throughout that whole feud, throughout this whole, like, 2 or 3 weeks.
What feud? They didn't do any build-up for it.
No build-up. The
only build-up was Ruby Riott on Twitter.
Even Ruby versus Nikki Cross, they had a segment with Becky and Ronda, and they were showcasing that more than the Ruby Nikki Cross match.
I stress you not. In the history of watching this business, I have never seen a pay-per-view match get this little build-up ever. Ever. I've never seen anything like this.
And if you don't know what it is, and the thing is, like, for the people that don't know what we're talking about, like, go back, watch Ruby's entrance, look at her face.
She knows. She is done with this. She is pissed that no matter how good she is, no matter how talented, no matter how over the Riot Squad is actually getting, she is literally only there to be fodder for Ronda Rousey to look strong going into Mania so that she doesn't job, so that she looks strong.
Ronda Rousey, look. How much stronger? She has this undefeated streak. She beat Nikki Bella. She beat Sasha Banks. She beat
Charlotte.
Nia Jax.
She beat Charlotte.
She technically hasn't beaten Charlotte. Charlotte just got DQ'd. She beat all these fucking talents. She's undefeated. How much stronger does this woman need to look?
Like, people, like we're going to talk about Roman Reigns in a second because we're so happy for him, but people complain about Roman Reigns. Shut the fuck up. You don't even know. Roman was nothing compared to this.
Roman at least lost.
Roman lost.
Here's the thing. The CM Punk thing, you got to make said guy look really, really strong. For the case of certain wrestlers, it comes a point where they look too strong. Any opponent they face, it takes away from the suspense.
The whole Ronda Rousey debacle in WWE is something like, this is one of the worst things I've seen in this business in a long time. In a long time.
James he said he can last 2 minutes sometimes. I mean,
because it takes away the suspense, because you realize that, like, no matter who's against Ronda, no matter who it is, it doesn't matter because
see, James, unlike you, Ruby Riott, unfortunately, going into that match had expectations. So, yeah.
What's wrong with Ruby immediately went out the match, like, the first few seconds in. I'm like, something's about to happen. And I don't like it. And then you saw Charlotte sitting right there. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. It was one of those things where Ronda...
The funniest part is that we were almost like, what if Charlotte cost Ronda the match?
We wish.
We wish.
You know what this gave me, if anything? This gave me Kevin Owens Goldberg vibes.
Yes.
And at least with Owens and Goldberg, at least Jericho came out to distract him.
Yes.
At least he had that.
And what frustrates me more is that they did this match the next fucking night.
Which was a lot better. It got time. Ruby looked amazing. But at that point, it's almost too little too late because you already damaged her so much on Elimination Chamber.
Again, like I said, with Ronda, it's one of those things where if looking too strong hurts the other person because it seems like they don't have a chance, and we're conditioned to know that.
So wait. So does that mean that Ruby Riott was not Elimination Chamber worthy? Because we all know Ruby Riott had no fucking chance against Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, because Ruby Riott's just a flavor of the month.
Oh God.
The flavor of the month that Ronda Rousey is going to devour. Because, that's what our women's division is. And you know what? That's why Sasha and Bayley were fighting for tag championships, because they knew with Ronda Rousey coming in, they weren't going to have a goddamn chance. Because This division is Ronda's division.
It's
Because
Ronda's division until she goes off into the fucking sunset and not put anyone fucking over.
I'm gonna do a huge video on Ronda one day. It's gonna be like a big fucking this is the first one I do if I ever do it.
After that match, we get Charlotte and Ring. They step off, and then you see Becky Lynch with her straight hair on some clutches with some like reverse Kill Bill black and yellow.
Yeah, it was reverse Kill Bill.
Reverse Kill Bill. She comes into the ring. She's struggling. She's looking at both Charlotte and Ronda, and then she starts attacking Charlotte.
What did you say, strutting or limping? Because yeah, she was trying to fake that limp, and fake because I called it. I called it. She was faking. She was faking the whole time. I'm still waiting for them to pull up the Rumble where she sold the wrong knee, and again to get Charlotte in the match so she could beat Charlotte. It's all part of her master plan. Becky Lynch ain't a dumbass. She ain't dumb. And she came out here, beat the shit out of both of them. And you know what? Vintage Stone Cold gets the cops out. They arrest her, and she's smiling her way out because she knew she pulled the wool over everyone's eyes because she's the man.
Busted open Ronda. Ronda had a gas. She
the bruises on Charlotte's arm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which, if you look at that shot when Becky's being led away by the cops, like that is a shot-for-shot remake of what happened with Stone Cold.
Exactly. When Stone Cold was taken out of the jail, like in particular, was the Zamboni incident.
Right.
And he's just smiling like, I ain't through with you, Vince. I ain't through with you, not yet by a long shot. I was almost expecting Becky to be like, I ain't through with you, Ronda, not yet by a long shot. And then just have her go in.
Would say on Twitter, she at Vince McMahon and said,
"Screw you." With the gif of her in that interview. I mean, Becky. I mean, can I talk about it? Can I talk about Vince McMahon? See, Becky Lynch said that. Vince McMahon, screw you, as you're getting me to the bank because I mean. From reports, from certain sources, I think it was either Ringside News or it was multiple sources, right?
It was multiple.
All it was pegged to win the Royal Rumble. Would have been a horrible incident. Everyone would have been so mad. Would have been just this worst nightmare. But thankfully, someone decided that Becky Lynch was the one. Someone needed to listen to the people. There needed to be someone in that company that listened to the people. And you know who it was? Vincent Kennedy McMahon, damn it. I told you I listened to you. You tried to tell me that I'm selfish. You tried to tell me that I am only in it for the money. You tried to tell me that I am a selfish bastard. But you know what? I threw you a bone. I love Becky Lynch. That's right, goddammit, I love her. And I will give her the world title match at WrestleMania. So if anyone wants to wish death upon me, or wish that the XFL dies, or wish that my son-in-law never produces another boy, well, let me tell you this. You're fired.
Yes, because Vince is a Becky Lynch.
Vince McMahon is a Becky Lynch mark, which makes me a Vince McMahon mark. I am part of the Vince McMahon fan club. I hope he never dies. I hope he takes over NXT. And I hope all of his bodybuilders and all of his muscle heads will take over NXT, and he can rebuild the WBF World Bodybuilding Federation. I want Vince McMahon to live his dream.
Which watch it'll come out that Vince McMahon is a gigantic New Japan mark, and he like.
No. Watch it come out that Vince McMahon is a Dragon Gate mark.
That Pac fellow. I wish we could get him back.
You know, Vince McMahon, you know, he wants to do all this business, but he's too busy watching Dragon Gate and Progress and, you know.
He watches PWG. The Trevor Lee thumb in the ass spot is his favorite.
Jushin Liger with the ass train. That's wrestling. Now that's manly wrestling.
Well, James is a fighter.
It's like I had a kiss my ass club, but this is so much better.
Hey,
We're gonna
have
try
a
that
challenge.
spot. We're gonna try that spot. Shane, get all the people on the roster. We're gonna have an ass train.
You have a challenge with James. He said to fight him.
Which honestly, I
Wait, what?
will.
Oh, wait, I gotta open up chat. You guys talk.
I'm just gonna say, I actually think Vince probably would be into that spot.
Oh yeah, he's a huge like into like fart jokes, and I mean he gave Natalia a farting gimmick, so you know.
Again, his favorite thing is pushing people into pools. Like that's the funniest thing in the world to him.
So then after that, we had what was basically the title match, right? That was it.
Yeah.
James, my dick is out. Round 1, fight.
What?
You guys talk.
No. Just no.
So yeah, the men's chamber. Do you want to talk about that?
I didn't really anything the men's chamber to came down to Kofi pinning Randy Orton, and then Kofi Daniel Bryan. They had this awesome 10-minute spectacular performance. Like I was like, are they really gonna pull the trigger? Are they really gonna do it? Are they gonna do it? Are they gonna do it?
Again,
Well,
take that 10 minutes, give it 15 more minutes, and that'd be a full match.
Kofi has chemistry with practically anyone. I don't understand this whole argument that Ash is trying to do that Kofi is flavor of the fucking month. I don't understand that fucking bullshit, but we really got shut the fuck up.
Here's the thing: if you really think about it, every wrestler is a flavor of the month. It just depends on how long.
A flavor of the month, and let that be the fucking.
It depends on how long that flavor lasts. You know what I mean?
But the fact that you're immediately coming out to say that,
true, but you know,
is Dave Meltzer?
Yeah, Meltzer.
Who?
Ash.
No, the other guy. Who?
The old dude.
Dave.
The old
Who?
the old dude with the wrestling magazine. That dude.
Scuzzy? Doesn't compute.
Jim Cornette.
Oh, Jim Cornette. Okay.
Yeah.
So at this point, we have 1, 2. We have Sasha Banks. We have Velveteen Dream. We have Ashley off the belt. We have a few black champions so far. We need some more.
Oh, did you guys tell James that we talked about at the beginning of the podcast?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did roast Ash's bitch ass and said Kofi is flavor of the fucking month earlier in the episode. And
that's my new thing. Any black talent that gets over, here comes flavor of the month. In fact, anybody here, anyone that starts getting over, when Mustafa Ali comes back, always go in chat or go on Twitter or specifically tweet about chat and say, "Here comes the flavor of the month," and you know. They'll know that Cliff sent you, and then they'll probably fight me. But you know, it's worth it.
Of the month, with the way he's about to be released soon enough, Lord Sullivan.
I mean, he's no one's flavor. I mean, his flavor is shit. So I mean, and how can you get flavor of the month when I can't? Like, you have none. Like Lars has no flavor.
But yeah, he's liking women's wrestling fans Instagram posts. Pictures and liking them, but yet he can't give anyone a fucking apology for what he fucking said, but yet he wants to fucking block me. Let's not get into that. He was just on Instagram liking those fans' pics. Let's not get into that. Before we get to the big news that came out of this week, particularly last night, which I told you, Jarvarus and Brendan, that on last Monday I got some tea that Roman Reigns would be back on Raw at Atlanta. And what happened? The announcement that Roman Reigns is going to be on Raw this Monday to make some news about his leukemia update. And from what I'm hearing, he is going to be back full time. Roman Reigns is back. And I want to make the debate within the
Oh boy. Here we go.
The past 4 months since Roman's been gone, has really stepped up on Raw in the men's division. Who has stepped up?
I mean, Kofi.
I said in the past 4 months on Raw, because Roman has been on Raw, really.
Well,
on Raw, it's no one.
No one. Not true.
Yeah, because they're all on SmackDown. Like Daniel Bryan is a heel, has like taken the reins as the top heel in the company, and Kofi Kingston is the biggest thing in the company in the men's division right now, and it's all SmackDown. So let's go. If you want to go over all the names on Raw,
yeah.
Do you want to start with the worst or the best?
I'm saying the ones that got the big push within the 4 months they had. That includes Braun, Drew, Finn to a degree, Seth Rollins, Brock.
Let's start with Braun Strowman.
No, he has.
With Braun, it basically ended like the second time he lost to Brock Lesnar, and after that, it just it all snowballed, and like now. It's almost to the point. It's now to the point where every match he has with Corbin is the low point of every show.
You had that promo in which he forgot his.
He froze up. He had his Roman Reigns 2015 moment or 2014 moment.
He has been basic in the ring. Roman carried Braun. Can we admit that?
Braun was entertaining and is entertaining as hell, but in the ring, Roman is clearly like the in-ring general.
He made him. Y'all hate to admit it, but he made Braun.
And Braun stayed over for a while until, again, Brock Lesnar happened. Which, I mean, no mercy. I went to that show. Braun was hot. He was over. And then, fucking I think it was one F5 and done. Done.
Okay, then let's get to Seth. It seems
like I was gonna save him for last. He's like the number one guy.
How about Seth right now? It's like as soon as Roman left, this is Seth's big opportunity. His big opportunity to capitalize and finally become the man. As everyone wanted Seth to be in the SummerSlam match versus Brock, but yet it was Roman. Okay, but as soon as Roman left, Seth dropped the ball. I'm sorry, he did.
He did. He did. I mean, and now I will say this: the Dean Ambrose feud did not help.
The Dean Ambrose did not help. You had the TLC match.
That was almost the death of him.
You had the Rumble match, which was fine, but predictable and boring, in my opinion. That was boring. Like, we all saw it.
I'm gonna be real. Seth, to me, is still recovering from TLC.
And then we just not feeling this whole Brock Lesnar.
We're not. I don't care. I don't care.
We don't care.
We've seen Brock versus Seth before. They haven't done anything for the build-up to really make us feel anything.
And he's sort of injured right now. He has a back injury, from what I've heard.
What is Seth's deal with getting injured before Mania?
I don't know.
Damn. Is he allergic to Mania build? Like, what? I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel bad for him on that front, but like, I mean, he's good for Mania, so I mean, that's good. But like, damn, son. I mean, he did cut a pretty good promo backstage. But other than that, like the build for Brock Seth, they did like 1 week of build up. Well, one Raw with the build up where Brock like German suplexed him and F5'd him or something. That was it. And it's mostly just been Paul Heyman, and I'm sorry, Paulie. It's been the same goddamn promo since 2012. It's been the same fucking promo for 7 years.
Then you had Baron Corbin.
Oh, okay. Let's get the Baron Corbin out of the way. Let's just start with. Yeah, right. Anyways, next.
Then you had Drew.
Drew is a sad one to me. Drew has all the tools, but you book him with Lars. Well, you were going to book him with Lars. You were going to book him with Baron. Like, again, you had him be another one of Baron's henchmen, and Baron Corbin is anti-heat. He's anti-react. Like, Baron Corbin just sucks the life out of everything, especially back when he was interim general manager. And it got to the point where after Drew turned on Dolph, no one gave a fuck about Drew. The crowds were quiet for Drew. Anyone noticed that? He never got any big pop. Like, the crowd didn't really boo him. They didn't really cheer him. He was just kind of there. And
Right.
he's already kind of ruined. And now they've especially ruined him because at the fucking Chamber, what did we do once Bobby Lashley turned on Lio Rush? We gotta reform this stupid fucking stable with Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley. Because, guys, it worked so well the first time when Baron Corbin was general manager. It got so much heat. People were just dying to watch Raw to see what Baron, Drew, and Bobby were gonna do. Like, get the fuck out. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this to Drew? Why are we doing this to Bobby? It's the League of Nations all over again. No one gives a shit.
I mean, I would say.
I mean, can anyone like debate this?
I can't. I really can't.
It's fucking awful.
Again, now I see why Vince pushed Roman the way he did, because Roman stepped up to the while no one else did. And
here's the thing I'm going to say about Vince. He was definitely wrong about having Braun versus Drew at Mania. I'm glad he changed his plans on that.
He did. He was wrong, and I like. No one stepped up to the plate. The only one I would say, if you really gave them the ball, would have been Finn. Finn would have been.
And here's the thing with, and I'm gonna defend Finn here. They didn't really give him they didn't even give him a chance to get the ball until the build up for Rumble.
Yes, Rumble was it.
And then after that, they put him right back to the mid card.
Yeah.
And Finn was over. Finn is over. Now, as far as Mike's skills, he's not the best. I'll say that. I've always said Finn Balor's mic skills are kind of meh. So, I mean, that might be his one weakness as a top guy. But other than that, he's fucking over. In the ring, he's great. Put on a great match with anyone. When Brock tried with him, they put magic together until, he made him tap out of nowhere.
This is how you know. Brock is willing to sell for Finn, but not for Braun.
Didn't he sell for? He sold for Joe too.
Yeah, he sold for Joe, but not for that. That lets you know he won't sell for Braun, but he will sell for Finn and Joe.
Mm-hmm. And he was kind of getting tired of selling for Roman. I mean, I'm sure they love wrestling together, but like they've put them together so many times now. And really, it's only been 3 times, but like it's just so played out.
Right.
But that's the thing with Roman. People like the Roman Reigns hate I've always said was kind of silly. Like even back when they were pushing him so hard, they still made him lost. Like they were pushing Charlotte harder than Roman. I'm sorry, they were. Like people complain about Roman, but at least dude, Roman lost at Mania.
Now here's my thing. When he comes back, I don't want to hear no fucking complaints because
the crowd's gonna be they're gonna pop.
They gonna pop hard, especially Atlanta. They gonna pop. So let Monday open with Roman.
Oh, it has to.
And let it be a reverse of what happened at WrestleMania 33.
Honestly, have Roman stay there for like 5 minutes while they're chanting for him. But you know what? I would mark out, and Jarvarus has been bringing this up. What a perfect time.
No.
What if Roman decided to wait?
No.
Because he knew the fans, once something happened, the fans were going to come back rushing for him. And it takes a disease. It takes a life-threatening disease for him to get cheered?
No.
I'm just saying. Because I'm sorry, you know how wrestling fans are. In 4 months, if they push him again, they're going to go right back to booing him. I hate it.
Fans are fickle.
Exactly. Imagine the rant that Roman can have on these fickle fans. You boo me now, but then once I get a life-threatening disease, now you want to feel all sorry for me. I'm just saying. It would be a classic moment. Like, children would be crying. Like,
I guess. Yes. Okay. Finn's mic skills are great as a heel. Yeah, it's the Sasha effect. They're better on the mic as a heel.
and actually, this is why this would be a perfect time, because if any other time you turned him heel, the fans were going to cheer.
Yes.
I don't know if the fans would even cheer this because they're so happy to see him, and then he turns on them. Like,
so you had that. You had the tapings. You had Elimination Chamber. Had Kofi. Kofi versus James Bryan. That's official for Fastlane.
right. I just have to read this. I got to read this comment from James. I want to have Roman spit on me and smack my titties around like a bongo.
What the fuck?
That's my son. That's my son.
Okay.
Go on.
I just don't know what to say to that. I don't know how to respond.
Just move on with what you were saying.
I don't.
Justin's like, what the hell? What do you expect? That's James. Oh, and yeah, actually, James did bring up Finn as a heel. His mic skills are actually like, if you've heard in New Japan some of his like press conferences as a heel, he's oh my god, Captain fucking New Japan, get the fuck out of here.
So then we get the releases of the day.
Oh, all right. So do you want to? Oh God, I want to start with the worst. I want to start with him. I want to start with our lovely pedophile buddy.
I'm back. Sorry, my phone died.
It's fine. Perfect timing. We're talking about the pedophile. TJ Perkins got fired.
TJ pedophile.
TJ pedophile Perkins, bitch ass on Twitter.
I've actually, weirdly enough, I forgot about that. I forgot about that part.
Oh, we gotta talk about TJ Perkins. Like the stuff he's done just in the past month.
And yes, he is a pedophile because he does hit up little girls on Twitter in their DMs.
No, it doesn't excuse it when he himself looks like a 16-year-old. That does not excuse it.
But he's a 30-year-old dad.
I mean, he looks 15, but still, he is 30. Yes.
So, TJ Perkins. Let's go down the list of TJ Perkins' career. He
Cruiserweight. Yeah, you can go.
He basically played championship. That was it.
Okay, well, actually, you know what? Let me do it because I can talk about more. So, the career of TJ Perkins comes in the Cruiserweight Classic, talks about him being homeless. And that's it. That's his story. But yeah, I mean, let's not act like, TJ, it is great that you came from being homeless to a professional wrestler, but let's not act like you're the only one that's done that. Like, I'm sure like 40% of professional wrestlers at one point were homeless. Especially when you're working on the indies for $25 and a slice of pizza. That's kind of a thing. You're not special. I'm sorry. But yeah, he Cruiserweight Classic had some pretty good matches because TJP is solid in the ring. I'm not going to say he's not. He's a good wrestler. He has nothing else to him, but he's solid in the ring.
TJ Perkins is. Here's the thing.
He's Dean Malenko, but worse.
Like the whole thing with people who say, "Oh, this guy's a talented wrestler," but he's got no character. He's bland personality wise. TJP is the example that you would use for that.
Like, by the way, I liked in chat how when I said the pedophile, the first person people brought up was James Ellsworth. Proud of you.
Oh God.
Nah, he'd been released.
Ellsworth is more notable, but TJP.
Yeah,
was...
Ellsworth might be worse, but no, TJ. Well, they're both bad. They're both bad.
Right,
so yeah, Cruiserweight Classic. We're all expecting Kota Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. are winning the thing, right? You know, they're the two best, but they don't sign. So, oh shit, they both lose in the semifinals to TJ Perkins, and that's the thing. TJ Perkins defeated Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi. Who I'm predicting next year. I mean, it might be a far-fetched thing, but since he signed full-time, next year he might this year he might end up winning G1. Either him or Tanahashi or Okada. Or Naito. It's either Ibushi or Naito.
Which, let me just say, ZSJ and Kota not signing was the best decision they could have made.
Especially ZSJ. Oh my god. ZSJ made Kota too, but ZSJ in particular, man, he was smart signing with New Japan because, he fucking exploded. But yeah, that was his highlight, having a great match with Kota Ibushi because, you know, it's Kota Ibushi and he can have a great match with fucking me. And it's the finals is TJ Perkins versus Grand Metalik. Grand Metalik, I think, is one of, if not the most underrated wrestler in the business today. He is a fucking 7-star wrestler. I don't care what anyone says. He is incredible.
Oh my god, I'm sorry to interrupt, but now I'm seeing a video of the Revival and Sasha and Bailey, and they're holding their belts. Oh my god!
Finally, we've been waiting for this, dude. We've been waiting for this. We knew. Well, the second they were both champions, we have to have this happen.
We have to have this happen. Oh my god, I'm posting the.
Okay, yes, we're definitely gonna watch this after the show. But anyways, that's great. But yeah, Grand Metalik, incredible in the ring, one of the best luchadors in the world right now. But no one talks about him, and I hate it. But you know, since I guess in their mind, Grand Metalik doesn't speak a lick of English, and TJP does. Barely. TJ Perkins wins the Cruiserweight Classic. I mean, why would you have someone be like, well, he speaks English, so we're gonna have him win when you hear him cut a promo, you wish he didn't speak English because he fucking sucks.
Now, I just thought of something. Do you want to know an alternative pick they could have gone with if they didn't want to go with Grand Metalik or TJP? They could
literally fucking anyone else.
I was gonna say Mustafa Ali.
Exactly. But wait, didn't he go against?
They could have done the push. They could have done the push.
Wait, didn't he go against Cedric?
Yeah, he did, didn't
he? Oh my god, that's so fitting. He went against Cedric. How long has he been losing to Cedric? Oh. And this is around the time where actually I wanted Cedric to win the goddamn thing because this is before we found out he was kind of an idiot.
I mean, you want him to win that? You want him to win at Mania?
Again, this is before we realized he was an idiot.
Well, now you know that Mustafa is everything.
Yes. And then Cedric's an idiot. But at that time, I wanted Cedric to win the CWC because he had that amazing match with Kota. They chanted please sign Cedric, and they did. But yeah, that was the highlight of TJ Perkins' career, winning the Cruiserweight Classic when no one really expected him to or honestly wanted him to. And now we get the era of 205 Live debuting. And the face of 205 Live is TJ, I'm a gamer. I have an entrance with N64 graphics. Perkins.
Yeah. James is right. He wasn't in. He was in that tournament.
Oh yeah, he wasn't. Oh god damn it, you're right.
And wait, 205 Live didn't start when TJP was on Cruiserweight.
Oh yeah,
it started after Brian Kendrick won it.
Oh yeah, the Raw Cruiserweight division. Let's start with that. I forgot. Yeah, the Raw because the Cruiserweight division was originally going to be just for Raw. You know, because
I always said the cruiserweight division was dead the minute they announced it was going to be on Raw.
And the second that their champion is TJ Perkins.
So,
And let's be real, like the Monday Night Raw crowd, you really think they're gonna react to half these fucking guys? Or like right away? Especially when you have guys on Raw doing flippy shit like Seth Rollins. It's not like they're doing groundbreaking shit. It's not like you're seeing Ricochet out there.
I mean, at this point, Big Show probably could have done a 450.
Or at least a senton. Or at least a shooting star. At the very least.
Big Show doing a shooting star.
Who are you going to find? Who are you going to find to take that bump?
Maybe Braun Strowman.
I mean, honestly, here's the thing. Big Show, I think, doing high flying moves, I think he'd be safe.
He used to in WCW, doing fucking missile drop kicks out the ass.
He could do a moonsault. He wanted to do it against Kevin Nash, but Kevin Nash straight up told him, like, dude, I'm not taking that.
He's like, I'm not doing. Kevin's like, I'm not doing that, but I will drop you on your fucking head.
So then we get, he did nothing after he dropped the belt.
Oh yeah. Because how long did it take from the drop the belt? Like what, 2 months?
Roughly.
Because Brian Kendrick was an actual character, actually had heat, people actually cared about him. And what was TJ Perkins' gimmick when he was champion? I dab. I dab and I play and I video game.
I appeal to a generation that doesn't really suit me because I'm a 30-year-old man and like.
But it's okay. But it's okay because I look like I'm 14, so it works.
Well, okay. The whole thing is anyone born at 1985 or old or later is considered a millennial.
I'm a millennial whose gimmick is that I play retro video games. What? Let's be real, like his Titantron was a retro video game kind of thing, like a Super Nintendo N64 shit. And
it was like a ripoff. It was a ripoff of Mega Man.
It's like a worse Kushida.
I mean, here's the thing: there are a lot of millennials that play video games. TJ, you're not special.
And you know what they do? They play PS4 or Xbox One. They don't play fucking Super Nintendo. This isn't 1993.
Well, I mean, there are some kids that.
Yes. There are, but like, it just didn't work. And then, like, and the thing about him being homeless was never brought up again. That was the whole thing about him in the CWC was him being homeless. That was never brought up again. He was just a super radical fun dude who played video games, bro, and dabbed.
Yeah, you know what? Mia Yim survived domestic abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Alexa Bliss had an eating disorder. Bianca had a eating disorder.
Oh, and you know what the thing is? And you know what another thing is? They rarely ever bring it up.
Bianca Belair
they don't have to.
She had weight issues. She has a rib condition, and now she's fucking here. By the way, go listen to her fucking interview.
A shifting rib condition.
A shifting rib condition.
And about the other two releases, about Dillinger and Kenta, it's not that they were bad people or anything. It was just WWE had nothing for them to do.
Ty Dillinger.
Honestly, the only release that hurts me in a way was Kenta's because I thought Kenta would do so much, but then he got hurt.
Again, we have to bring up when Kenta was brought in. You know who announced his fucking debut on a live?
Freaking Hogan.
The whole company rolled out the red carpet for a legend. Kenta Kobayashi was and still is a pro wrestling Noah and Japanese wrestling legend in general.
I mean,
here's how good Kenta is. He had two of his signature moves jacked from him.
And you know who the two people were that jacked them?
Daniel Bryan with the Busaku knee and the go to sleep was stolen by CM Punk.
CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, two of arguably some of the biggest names in the 2010s.
Although, granted, with Kenta and Bryan, it was more so of a mutual thing. Like, Kenta was probably totally cool with it. Punk, he wasn't.
Yeah, Punk, he just straight up jacked it. No,
not just to go to sleep, his striking combination, too.
Yep.
I can't really fault WWE when it comes to Itami because Itami kept getting hurt. And
fair play to them. Like, how long is it going to be before this guy gets hurt again, and what can we do with him?
Yes. Like the first time he got hurt, like he was he was over, and he was supposed to win that belt off of Kevin Owens.
Oh, definitely. When they were going to Tokyo, when they were doing Beast in the East, I'm convinced that was going to be Hitami getting that shot.
That's why they went to Tokyo. It just so happened. I mean, they were lucky that they just so happened to have a huge New Japan star on the side as well.
That was supposed to be
Just think about how fortunate that is. Like, you're going to Japan for Kenta. He gets hurt. Oh, we just so happen to have Prince Devitt.
Yeah.
How fortunate can you be?
Here's the thing about WWE releasing Kenta. Kenta was like kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he wasn't going to go past 205 Live.
He wanted to be free. He wanted to go back to Noah. You could tell.
As far as Dillinger goes, again, they just had nothing for him. It wasn't his fault or anything. They had nothing for him.
He was just a 10 gimmick, and he was an okay wrestler.
Well, let's just bring out the elephant in the room. Vince McMahon hates the 10 gimmick.
He does.
He does
because
he hates it with a passion.
Because it sabotages his fucking shows.
I mean, he's not wrong though.
But he
does like every time the guys are outside the ring, like the guys and the females are outside the ring, and the referee goes to the count. Instead of hearing 1, 2, 3, you just hear 10, 10, 10, 10.
I can't.
Well, here's the thing: if Vince hates the 10 chant, what does he think of what?
Well, again, by that point, Austin was already a megastar. It was too late.
He was stupid. Fans are stupid.
Austin was already over. It was too late.
Yeah, and like Asia said, fans are idiots.
Exactly.
I mean,
he tried to stop the yes thing, and that didn't work.
Now, Dillinger...
He tried to give it to Big Show. But anyway, go on.
Dillinger is smart because 90 days from today would be 2 days before Double or Nothing.
So that's genius.
Yeah, because he could definitely go to AEW because like Asia told me, was it either Disco or the Hangouts? That Dillinger's cool with Cody. Him and Cody are cool.
Cody has brought up Ty Dillinger many times in interviews before he left and after he left as a shining star in that company. I remember this. I'm fully expecting Dillinger to go to AEW. Oh, he's going to AEW.
Not to mention, if you think about like what Ty Dillinger was within the confines of WWE, he was always going to be a mid-carder. That was always going to be his ceiling.
Yeah.
But him going outside of that WWE bubble, like he's a main eventer. He absolutely 100% is a main eventer.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's friends with someone like Cody,
that's huge.
That's gigantic for him.
It's fucking huge. Like he would be a fool not to go.
We know where Ty's going. We definitely know where Kenta's going. We know where Kenta's heart is.
Oh yes. Oh, I can't wait.
Back to his old stomping ground.
And to go back on the injuries that Kenta had, he had 3 injuries, and the last one that he suffered wasn't even his own fault. That was because Riddick Moss dropped him smack on his head.
Yep.
That was the final nail in the coffin. The fact, because he was going to team up with Ibushi in the Dusty Classic, and I still think they probably would have won, but then Riddick Moss dropped Hideo smack on his head.
I ain't gonna lie. Yep. I mean, it's not gonna happen. But if Kenta ever at least considered going to New Japan,
there is a chance because he does have that friendship with Shibata.
Wait, what? With Shibata?
Friendship.
I said it's possible because Kenta does have a friendship with Shibata.
Okay, and now he's gone, and then
that's got to be the most manliest friendship ever.
Oh my god, they headbutt each other to say goodnight.
Like honestly, I kind of saw Hideo leaving WWE coming after that match he had with Marufuji when he went back to the one that had that match with Marufuji.
Oh,
the happiness he felt when he was in that ring with Marufuji. I thought this is a matter of time. Like if WWE doesn't do anything to convince him to stay, he's out.
Here's the thing: he didn't have to tell them to respect him. They did.
It's one of those things where if you watch a WWE guy go back to an old promotion they were in or their home promotion or whatever, you can kind of tell there's a different aura about them.
Hell, screw it. Sasha and Bayley coming back to NXT.
Yep.
Yeah, you can tell like there's just a happiness to them when they do stuff like that.
Like
Dude, any NXT main roster caller when they go back to NXT.
Yeah, Asia, you saw Sasha Bailey, so you could tell they were ecstatic to be in NXT again.
Dude, like if for whatever reason Raw or SmackDown, whichever brand he goes to, screws up Alistair, if he goes back to WXW, they're gonna treat him right.
He goes back to Progress, man. Like,
well, I say WXW because that was kind of the big promotion for him, but Progress too.
So yeah, you have that, and then you had 4 call-ups on the main line.
Speaking of Alistair
Black.
Oh boy.
Tommaso Ciampa, the NXT champion, and Johnny Gargano.
Can you guys describe your reactions when these bombshells were dropped on us?
Well,
I'm sorry, I just have to say this, man. Fuck, Lafayette lost their WWE privilege.
Okay, should we talk about Lafayette?
Well, I was gonna say, you said describe your reactions. Do you want to mean the reactions Lafayette had, or the reactions they should have had?
Okay, I'm gonna give you my reactions from Lafayette. That was my reaction. There you go. Anyways, Lafayette sucked.
The thing is about Lafayette, I actually heard a few woos and a few loud cheers from like singular cheers that you could pick out. I have a feeling those were hardcore fans.
Yeah, they were just trying so hard to get the people into it.
Which you gotta feel
like, yeah, guys, come on.
Which here's the thing.
Okay.
I've been that kind of fan at a show.
Me too.
Where you're surrounded by casuals at a wrestling event and you're really hardcore.
I've been at the Honda Center.
And you're trying to scream and shout and you're trying to get the crowd pumped up. Nothing works.
I went to a fucking show in the Honda Center. The only thing the crowd woke up for was the fucking segment where Nikki and Brie Bella Nikki said, "I wish you died in the womb."
Like you were the only one. Doing the cheers and stuff, right? The rest of the crowd was dead. If I had to guess,
they were dead, completely dead. They didn't give a fuck about anything.
I had to go to a live show. I had to go to a house show where someone tried to get pig farts over as a chant.
That's yeah. They tried. Did it work?
No.
Well, that's good. I mean, let's be real. It's The Rock, but The Rock got popcorn fart over as well to get a chant. But that's The Rock. He can get anything over as chant. Right.
I was hyped for the debut.
I was just blown away. I was just like, now? Right now?
Now?
All the time. Like, the 4 best talent in the promotion before Mania? Really?
Yeah, I was shocked at that. Like, when I heard that, I was like, whoa! Undisputed Era ain't getting called up.
The first thing I was thinking, like, well, Adam Cole's winning the world title.
Exactly.
I mean, I sort of see why, because number one, Aleister Black, when you look at him on NXT takeovers, he was really protected, and then he finally lost clean. So it's like you have him. He finally lost. And then
he already got his championship run in.
With Ricochet, he just lost to Gargano.
He just lost to he was protected a lot in NXT, and then he finally lost at Takeover. So his story was coming in sooner or later.
DIY, I don't see at all. This came out of nowhere.
I mean, you sort of had to see it. Like, they were probably gonna get called up after Mania, like after the whole Gargano.
After they dropped their titles.
After they dropped their titles, but I mean, Gargano, he dropped his title.
Well, yes.
Yeah, like with Gargano, I was surprised. With Ciampa, I really wasn't surprised because the NXT champion has been called up with his title.
Exactly.
It's just like
they did it with Sasha and they did it with KO.
It's just weird that's before Mania.
Well, because I think they knew that like all 4 guys really did, especially probably Alistair more so than any of them, really did everything they could do.
That, and also you have such a stacked roster on NXT. A lot of the talent kind of being lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be lost in the shuffle.
You have
and on top of that, so go ahead, Asia, and I'll say my thing later.
Exactly. You have to like help NXT. You have to release some people on the main roster, which they're going to do by spring clean. So you have to get rid of those people. You have to freshen up your scene, your main roster scene by like Ricochet. Ricochet was amazing. He welcomed the crowd.
Until Gargano's match with Velveteen, I said Ricochet stole the week, but no, Gargano stole the week. Oh, sorry, this was Gargano.
I mean, he still failed though.
He stole the fucking week, and then we'll leave it at that.
But he still failed.
We can't teach. I mean, are you trying to teach a fish not to swim? I mean, come on.
He should have followed Ciampa's lead.
Are you trying to tell a bird not to fly? Come on now.
But yeah, the point I was gonna make is I've heard that not only are they been called up to Raw and SmackDown, but they're still going to do NXT. So basically, these 4 dudes are just going to be
workhorseing like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
workhorse, like you said, Jarvarus, workhorse mode, activate.
Exactly.
It's possible that they might do Revival versus Gargano and for the tag titles at Fastlane. It's possible.
And again, it's not even surprising that like the NXT champion is on Raw. Because again, we saw it with Kevin Owens. We saw the NXT Women's Champion on Raw and SmackDown with Sasha Banks.
And let's not forget Paige too. Paige, her first night got called up. She was NXT Women's Champion. She won the Divas title.
Yep. And wasn't Seth Rollins NXT champion when he was in the Shield?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he dropped about like 2 weeks later to Big E.
Yeah, 2 weeks later. Yeah, not even before. So yeah, like it's the time. Not even that it's before Mania. It's like not even right after Rumble. Like this is like a month before.
So
because the Shield got their call up at Survivor Series when they helped out Punk.
Yeah.
So of the 4 debuts, which one do you think had the best performance?
Gargano.
Ricochet.
I say Ricochet.
First I said Ricochet, but I mean
Ricochet woke up that Lafayette crowd.
Yeah, he really did. He really did.
I mean,
as much as I love the DIY versus Revival match, the crowd was there for a good portion of that match.
Okay. Here's the thing: are we counting this week in NXT?
We're just counting like the Raw.
No, I'm just counting Raw and SmackDown.
Okay, fine. I will say Ricochet because honestly, he did seem to get over the most. On SmackDown, he seemed like the most lovable babyface. Have you guys noticed? Even his entrance, he is already so over. He picked up some kid in the crowd and like hugged him and shit like that.
Well, again, I think it's just a natural thing with wrestling. I think crowds will always gravitate towards the high flyer flippy guys.
And Ricochet knows that, and he's like being a big fan favorite. Like his entrance, he was really being a baby face.
Like here's the thing: my stepdad does not get very involved within wrestling very much. At least not. He only gets involved whenever I'm involved in it. I showed him Ricochet's little thing on SmackDown. He loved it.
Right.
And that tells you what fans
And here's
want.
the thing. That's not even Ricochet at his best.
No.
Right.
That's like that. Honestly, like last week, this week, that was just Ricochet going on, I say 30%.
Not even that.
Yeah, no.
Like we have not seen the full extent of the flippy stuff that Ricochet can do.
We've only seen him do the PWG spot once, and that was at the halftime heat.
Yep.
We've only seen him do the double moonsault once.
And damn near landed on his head too.
Well, thankfully he had a lot of guys there to break his fall. Because if he didn't, oh boy. I'm going to say it really is between Ricochet and Gargano because, first of all, I'm sorry, Elias held down Aleister Black on Raw because Elias bored the shit out of me in that match.
It's
honestly, I honestly think Ricochet should have been out there to interrupt Elias because at least Ricochet could have made that match more interesting.
And that's another one that didn't really step up to the plate when Roman was out.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, let's be real. The night with him and Kevin Owens, if there was one night where I felt like they could have stepped up to the plate, it was after that.
1 night versus 4 months.
Well, I was gonna say, like, how do you not capitalize on that so hard?
Get the fuck out.
Like, they really didn't capitalize on that at all.
Yeah. The whole real quick, the whole thing about Aleister, it's not on him.
It's not on him at all. And
yeah, it was completely on Elias.
And his match with Almost was great.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those things where Aleister got a second chance on SmackDown, and he proved it. He absolutely proved it.
Well, I'm just saying, it's not Black and Ciampa because of Black versus Elias, and then Ciampa because of the SmackDown thing where basically Johnny had to wrestle the second half of the match.
Yeah, because Sheamus landed right on Ciampa's knee, and we thought he blew his knee out.
And that's the thing. That's why I still say Gargano stole the week, because they thought Ciampa was hurt, and basically that meant Gargano had to do the fucking work, and he did.
But again, Gargano did not wake up that Lafayette crowd.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to reason with Lafayette, because Lafayette can eat a dick. I'm not going to put Lafayette in any of my reasoning. Fuck Lafayette.
Woke up due to Ricochet.
Honestly?
Yes, definitely, but Lafayette still sucks.
Here's a legitimate question.
They should have woken up for DIY versus the Revival, but no, because they suck.
Here's a question I've never understood with wrestling and picking a crowd, picking a town to go to. Why, when it comes to picking casual wrestling towns that don't really watch wrestling, because you want that casual fan to start watching wrestling, why do you go to the most dead cities?
Like, honestly, I feel like they should have. I feel like they should have waited a bit, like, because I know they got a show. I think they got a show in Philly coming up in the next few weeks. I think.
Right. Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't really care where they go to, as long as the wrestlers are able to show off their abilities. Because that's why I picked Ricochet.
Well, the thing is, they
Ricochet was awesome this week. Yeah, and I can definitely say, apparently Vince, from what I've heard, I think Vince loves Ricochet, right? Vince. So Ricochet objectively had the best week.
Well, here's the thing, Asia, about that whole thing about said you don't really care where they go as long as the wrestlers get to show off their abilities. Here's the thing. They got to show off their abilities to a crowd that didn't care, to a crowd that didn't appreciate them.
Well, they're in Atlanta next week, and Atlanta will be at that hot-ass crowd, so then you have to shut the fuck up when it comes to that.
Sure.
Like to me, when a hot crowd actually helps. Not only does it help those wrestlers, but it actually also helps the people that are watching at home, because they'll be like, "Oh wow, these guys are really over. Where are these guys from?" And then they'll be like, "From NXT," and those eyes could go right to the network and look and watch NXT. That puts more, like, a hot crowd can help put more eyes to the NXT product.
Right. I get it. Definitely credit Ricochet for waking up the deadest crowd we've seen in years. Like, that is. I'm not going to undercredit that. That is a miracle.
I guess do that. Ricochet did that.
You're not wrong, but I'm just saying, like, that. I'm not even saying, like, based on the Raw match, even though the Raw match was great, but the SmackDown match where, again, Ciampa had to kind of sit out for like 5 minutes, and like really it was Gargano doing all the work.
Mm-hmm.
Again, because Sheamus fell on Ciampa's knee.
And now that I watch it back, and thank you, Asia, for pointing out that Sheamus had like a lot of back problems and spine issues. Like
Sheamus has bad spine issues.
So now now I watch back the match. I'm like, oh shit, Sheamus, are you okay? First, I was like,
like that too with Sheamus too. I was like, oh shit, is Sheamus' neck okay?
Wait, well, when you first watched it, were you thinking more about Ciampa or Sheamus when you first watched it?
Well, honestly, it was about both, because Ciampa landed on his knee, but then when I saw the replay of it, I was like, oh, then I immediately remembered that video I watched of Sheamus having to stretch out and be on that little neck mechanism for about like 40-something minutes. And I was like, oh snap, Sheamus, are you okay, my guy?
That's like a double, yeah. Ugh. Double knockout. Like,
if there's anyone that could legitimately retire and not have anything to be ashamed of, it'd be Sheamus. Because, dude, you have a bad back, and you can only do so much.
Sheamus is a tough motherfucker.
Here's the thing: he's been a 3-time WWE.
Like, I would rather Sheamus just go ahead and hang it up than him getting hurt and be paralyzed. It's like an end situation with Sheamus.
Isn't Sheamus a Grand Slam champion or close to it?
Let me see. He was US champion, WWE champion, tag team champion. I don't think he ever held the IC belt.
So he's close, but he was close.
He was okay. World heavyweight WWE.
Oh, well, there you go.
US tag champ.
So yeah, Grand Slam. If you count that, then yeah, Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, the only title he hasn't won is the IC title.
And let's not forget King of the Ring.
Yeah, Sheamus is good. Sheamus is good.
Oh God!
Weirdly enough, I guess you could say Sheamus has had a WWE Hall of Fame career.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Not all. Like, some of it was kind of boring. Some of it was bad. Like the Sheamus 515 stuff was the worst. 2012 Sheamus, but I've enjoyed like 80% of the bar's work. Like, I think the bar is great.
Yeah.
I credit that a lot to Cesaro because I think Cesaro's literally made every tag team he's been in work.
Which, again, so yeah, Sheamus could hang it up and have nothing to be ashamed of.
Well, speaking of which, we're going to get... you want to talk about like possible releases like Cesaro?
No,
I don't think Cesaro is going to get released just yet.
Here's the thing. That's been up in the air for so long that...
I already told you what I told y'all. I already told y'all what's going to happen after Mania. He's leaving.
He should. Honestly, he should because they're never going to use him. Ever. They're never going to use him the way we want him to be used.
Aren't resigning. So just because they put the bill on the Usos don't really mean anything. They aren't resigning. They haven't resigned. They leaving too.
Dude, I'm calling it, man. The Usos are dropping those titles at Mania.
To the New Day. New Day.
That's a weird one. I never would have expected the Usos to leave.
Yeah, me too.
They've done everything tag team wise, and they won't split them up so they can go on singles. So I guess they got nothing else to do but leave.
Is it mostly because of like the Samoan heritage and like all that? Like why you didn't expect it?
Unless they could just be, hey, yeah, we want to do stuff with the Young Bucks.
Rikishi. At one point Rikishi left to go to TNA, and that didn't turn out well.
That turned out horribly.
He was there for 3 weeks and was like, Rick Rude or Robert Roode, whatever the hell that jabroni's name is.
Again, like I said, if they want to do stuff with the Young Bucks, I guess.
What's up,
Can
Asia?
we talk about Kelly and how he surrendered to Chicago police after being charged with 10 counts of sexual abuse?
Wait, who?
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. Oh, yes. Oh,
yeah. Throw him under the jail.
About damn time.
They finally fucking got R. Kelly. They finally got that fucking pedophile.
I believe I can soar.
Two more women came out. Like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Now he better get some freaking jail time.
I can only hope he gets some jail time.
Throw him under the jail and blow that spot up.
They ain't gonna see him running through that open door anymore because it's fucking locked.
That man has ruined Space Jam for me. That was my favorite movie, R. Kelly.
Yeah, Space Jam was your favorite movie?
Yeah, because I was a huge Jordan fan.
Oh, okay. It was your favorite movie. Okay.
It's Michael Jordan hanging around.
It's Michael Jordan's
the Looney Tunes.
I thought you were gonna say, look, it's Michael Jordan's best movie.
Michael Jordan playing a basketball game with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Of course I'm gonna love it.
What more do you want?
And how old were you at the time?
I was like...
No, well, both of you.
Okay, when did that movie come out?
Well, I think you might not... Well, I wasn't born.
Nostalgia for a movie does not really matter compared to the victims and all the fucking bullshit that R. Kelly put those victims throughout the fucking years.
Well, and again, rot under that jail. And remember, 8 seasons of surviving R. Kelly.
8 seasons. According to Lifetime.
96. That movie came out in 96.
Exactly. I wasn't born yet.
Same.
How old were you, Jarvarus, in 96?
Oh, I was 5.
Oh, of course you loved it. It's Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes. Of course you loved it. But yeah, again, like
this is why I can't understand why people still love R. Kelly. Like one of my friends came to me and was like, "Well, you still been watching? You murdered his wife and kid." I was like, "Yeah." But I'm able to differentiate the person from the wrestler. Like I can watch him as a wrestler, but the person is messed up. R. Kelly used art to get his victims.
The sad thing is that it took most people this long to really start like shitting on R. Kelly, even though we've known for 15 years that R. Kelly peed on this girl.
Well, that's the thing. That's the fault of, I would have to say, the black community. The black community felt more about R. Kelly music because how great of a singer he was than about black women. Because black women, here was a quote.
Can you keep that same energy now?
Look, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Here's a quote I heard. If you're going to sexually assault someone, sexually assault a black woman. Because 9 times out of 10, society is going to blame a black woman and say that they're a hoe and they fasting out here sucking dick off shit compared to a white. They will believe a white woman being sexually assaulted over a black woman.
Not even a black woman.
You saw what it did. You saw what it did, Cosby.
Not even a black woman. A black child. 14, 15-year-old black girl.
It don't matter, Cliff. She was still black.
Black. A black 14-year-old, they will believe is fast. The term is being fast and having sex.
Even though they saw the video and saw everything R. Kelly did, the black community was like, nah, it's the girl's fault.
And we even talked about this, Asia, when the Aaliyah R. Kelly thing came out. Most people weren't talking about R. Kelly, like, why is he hitting on 15-year-olds? They were talking about, Aaliyah is fast. The Aaliyah's being fat. Like, they were talking about Aaliyah. They were getting on Aaliyah for being fast, and they weren't getting on R. Kelly for being a goddamn asshole.
Yeah, that's the thing. The excuse was that she acted a higher age. She didn't. Her age was. She was mature for her age. They were best friends.
She was a 15-year-old girl. She was a 14-year-old girl.
I don't care how mature you act for your age. If you are still under the age of consent, you are still a child, and that is still statutory rape, and you need to be thrown in jail.
I'm sorry. If you look at Aaliyah at 14 and you think that she's over 18, you need your eyes checked. I don't know how anyone confuses that.
So, do you want to talk about something more positive, real quick?
Is there anything else you want to talk about with the R. Kelly thing, Asia?
Not really. Other than that, I was going to bring up another situation that's going on, but
ding dong, the witch is dead.
Hey, Brandon, did we talk about the whole thing we got into with a troll on Twitter?
Do you want to go into that?
Wait! Did you say something about Robert Kraft?
No.
Can we talk about that?
So I asked my grandma, and she said Robert Kraft would be about 82, 83.
No,
but...
Abel, the Robert Kraft can't be worse than R. Kelly because R. Kelly.
No, it's not worse. It's not worse.
You can't. It cannot be worse than that.
Trust me, prostitution. At least the prostitutes were of age. The prostitution ring is nothing compared to a child cult.
Kelly had sex with little fucking girls.
R. Kelly, not even that. He had a cult.
Power, and the whole industry turned their fucking head because black girls don't mean shit in this fucking country.
R. Kelly,
and because quote unquote the nigga made good music.
He made good music, and he used his art to lure these girls in and promise them a future. That's what he did with.
This motherfucker had a bed right next to his goddamn studio where he recorded all that shit that you fucking listen to and you love, while at the same time he's banging 15-year-old girls, peeing on them, all this shit. He had a fucking cult. He had
and let's not forget he collected like buckets of the woman's urine.
Yeah.
They weren't allowed to look at anyone else. They weren't allowed to look at anyone else but R. Kelly. That's how fucked up it was.
Didn't he physically abuse one of them too?
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm sure there's going to be more coming out.
So the thing I was going to mention was apparently Ariana Grande has topped several charts on the Billboard Top 100.
Oh, well, good for her.
Or 3 of her songs are at number 1, 2, and 3 respectively.
Oh, good for her.
She tweeted out sorry.
That's what Ariana Grande is. Meanwhile, you got Camila Caflopio performing this sang-ass Havana song.
Which can I just say about Ariana? Cat came a long way.
Yes,
Yeah.
she
She really has.
Yeah.
You get the reference?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. I get it.
I miss Victoria so much. It was a good show.
It was good for what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were responding to Abel saying it wasn't as bad. It could be as bad. No, Abel.
No.
Human trafficking is not as bad as child trafficking, sexing, peeing, and
I
culting.
mean,
Sex
I mean,
Crap.
on tape. He had tape of these women, these children, and then writing songs about those women having sex with them. That is worse. That is really worse. And then he got off multiple fucking times doing that shit.
The dude basically did it and then made the songs, but it's basically his way of saying, yeah, I did it. What you gonna do about it?
Disgusting. Yeah.
so Jarvarus, if you want to talk about the thing that we got into.
Oh. Okay. You guys could probably do this, and then we'll call it here. We'll end it on this, unless there's anything else you want to talk about. But yeah, I want to hear about this.
Okay,
This was a cavalcade of stupidity right here.
Okay. I'm guessing this has to do with Twitter.
Okay, yeah. So Patton Oswalt tweeted out, "Way to go, Juicy Ozzy Smollett."
Jussie.
Way to go, Jussie.
Charged for lying and filing a false police report about being allegedly beat up by 2 white MAGA men, and it turned out it was all a fucking lie because he was unsatisfied by his Empire salary.
Okay.
Like, bro, if you down and satisfied, bro, go in there and renegotiate.
Okay, so Patton Oswalt tweeted out, what's the guy's name? Jussie. Okay, yeah, that's a weird way to that's a weird way to spell it, but
it's like Jussie.
Jesse's girl.
Wait, okay. So Patton Oswalt tweeted out, "Way to go, Jussie! You just handed this racist dipshit a get out of race baiting free card." That talking about Trump, by the way, that he's going to wave around like a soiled diaper until he's reelected, and then.
And I quoted it and just saying, "Oh, God damn it, Jussie."
And then, for whatever reason, this girl, Wonder Lisa, at
dude, are we even sure if it was a girl? Are we sure?
I'm just going by the profile pic and the name. At Wonder Lisa at W25 said, "I don't understand how you lame narcissist can't see that Trump is legend. Wake up and join the right side of history, meatheads." And I just
First off, it should be Trump is a legend, but hey, I'm no grammar expert.
Trump, and I am legend. Trump is legend.
I just said what was on my mind. I said, "Lisa, go home. You're drunk."
And here's the thing, Brandon, you want to know the kicker? If you hadn't responded, I would not have even known that she had replied to the tweet that I had.
She called you lamos?
Yep.
Lamos.
Okay, seriously, I just said, "Lisa, go home. You're drunk," with the Ferris Bueller gift, because Ferris Bueller's Day Off is an amazing movie.
Brandon with Jarvarus with the Conor McGregor classic.
Exactly. Yep. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
And I just figured it was someone trying to troll. She's like, every time you lame us can't win an argument.
It's lamos.
Lamos can't win an art. And the thing is, she put a comma. And
What?
It wasn't a semicolon.
It was a semicolon.
Where it's supposed to be an apostrophe.
When an
argument. So I pointed out, I was like, you got that wrong. It's supposed to be apostrophe, fam.
And I said, the irony of it, and she was like, the irony of how stupid this tweet is glorious. Your grammar is atrocious, big boy. Eat a carrot. And so I decided.
She actually quoted troll and bot. I'm surprised she had to wear the sense to do that.
And so I decided to, educate her a little bit. I said, here, watch this video done by the amazing ContraPoints, which is the America's Still Racist video. After you finish educating yourself on the racism still heavily ingrained in America, and, I just had a little bit of fun with her. I said, hit up my DMs because I have no standards.
Here's how I know I got the best over. She devolved into doing fat jokes about me.
She said to eat a carrot.
I was
I don't get what was the point of this?
I don't know.
This woman, I'll link you do you want to link her?
Like I showed you some of it.
And so she's like, wow, you might as well send me some Alex Jones. Stop watching conspiracy views by creepy dudes in their basement. That is not how you stay connected with reality. You are brainwashed and sad. You want to be a victim because it gives you an excuse for how shit you've been. And I said, she's a woman. You brain dead moron because Natalie is a woman. You brain dead morons.
I'm literally counting how many times she says meathead.
Jarvarus, being the cool guy he was, tried to get me to chill out.
Exactly. Be like Naito, tranquilo.
And she's like, stop sending mail on mail gifts. You're being creepy. And I just tweeted out the angry rabbit, the raving rabbits, one of the raving rabbits tricking off a chicken.
What is this?
And she said, it's probably the smell from down there, girl. Go have a bath. And that was really the extent of the conversation.
Pretty much. Like we won. We won.
Oh,
she said meathead 7 times.
Yep. Like, here's the thing. Like, she devolved into saying fat jokes. Like, okay, here's the thing. I weigh about 205 pounds. I'm fat. So I'm fine with it. I'm fine with being fat. Do I work on sometimes and want to keep myself healthy so I can lower my blood pressure? Yes. But I'm not self-conscious about my weight. Maybe if you had to say this to me 5 years ago, it probably would have got to me. But now I'm cool. Because ladies love the fluffiness.
So yeah, this was just a fine bit of beautiful nonsense.
I mean, you're right about the nonsense part. So, and that's perfect send off to an interesting episode of TPA 29. Don't hinder Jinder Tinder. I will get the. I already have the thumbnail ready. Did you see the thumbnail, Brandon?
I have not seen the thumbnail.
I sent it to you.
Oh, yeah, you did. It's a great thumbnail, by the way.
Yes. I've never seen that picture of Tommy Wiseau until now, but it's beautiful. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for showing up. Let me just shout out everyone in chat. We got James, we got Dustin Fuller, mostly them. Abel out here being the wonderful beast that he is. I don't think I saw Dominique or Lee. Oh, I think Dominique was here earlier. Looks like we got Lee Clark. We got Zachary Ortiz. What's up?
Thanks again for all 30.
Thank you guys. You guys are the best. You guys keeping this running. You're the real MVPs. But yeah, in conclusion, we'll be back here next week. TPA 30. I'll come up with a title for that later. Hey, Team Petty Asshole. We will continue being petty assholes, and I am so sorry for that intro. TPA recognized. Bitches.